this lady was gonna jump the couch.
Okay.
And so that's when I grabbed my gun off the table and I said, you need to leave. And he kept coming at me and said, I'm not gonna fucking leave.
Marique Ruth was convicted of first-degree murder for the death of 41-year-old John Killen, with whom she'd shared a home. In recorded interviews after the August 2022 shooting, Ruth claimed to police that Killen had come home in what she believed was an intoxicated state after hanging out with a friend and had gotten into shouting matches with her and her adult son. Ruth said she retrieved her gun and told Killen to leave the home, which he refused. He then got up and grabbed for her, she said, prompting her to shoot him at least 3 times. Ruth's attorneys noted a history of mental health and domestic violence allegations about Killen at trial and argued prosecutors couldn't prove Ruth wasn't defending herself. The following is Marique's story, in the most annoying voice she could muster up, on what happened. Was it self-defense or brutal murder?
Hi. Hey, how are you?
Good.
Hey, I know I said I would get a hold of you a few days afterwards. Today's the day.
Okay.
I was wondering,
Do you guys want to come in?
yeah, sure, that'd be fine. That's alright with you?
Come in.
Okay. So we just had a few follow-up things we wanted to talk to you about.
Go upstairs.
Sure. First things first, how you doing?
Day by day.
Day by day, huh?
Yeah, go ahead and listen.
Well, actually, what I was kind of thinking was, so you are not under arrest at all.
Okay.
We're just talking if that's all right with you. What I wanted to do, I know that you kind of walked me through at the police department, like your version of what happened. I wanted to kind of do that here. That way I can have like an idea, if that makes sense.
Okay.
We do have like a fake little gun here.
Okay.
We can give that to you. And so we'll just kind of let you run the show.
Can I grab some coffee quick?
Oh, absolutely.
Sorry, I just...
Is Cole here? Or?
Cole is sleeping.
Okay, fair enough. Is he working anywhere?
He is not working right now. John convinced him to quit his job because they were going to go get a job together, and that never happened.
Okay.
Sorry, I just got up, just got started working, got moving.
I get you. So my thought is, we'll maybe run through some stuff here, and then we can go to the police department, maybe talk some more. You can drive yourself. After we're done, you can drive yourself back home. Like
Okay.
I said, you're not under arrest, and you can leave at any point in time. You got something going on, that's fine.
I am supposed to be... Let me grab my laptop, hold on. I am supposed to be working from home.
Okay.
So
Do you need to, like, yeah,
I just need to check emails quick
Sure, no problems.
and make sure that there's nothing...
Yeah, no issues.
What the hell is she looking at? Okay. Sorry,
You're fine.
I'm trying to manage like 40 employees in 23 different locations right now. Okay, so you just kind of want to run through everything?
Yeah. Is that, where'd that computer?
That's my work laptop.
Oh, did they give that to you to work?
Yeah, the lady from the temp agency went to my employer Monday morning and picked up this laptop and I had to go to her office to pick it up from her so I can work from home for this week.
Gotcha.
And I'm not allowed back in the office until my boss gets back from vacation and he decides whether or not I'm able to come back.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, I'll tell you what. We'll just kind of go through it at your pace.
Okay.
Okay. So if you need to take a break, whatever, that's fine. I don't have any problems with that.
I'm okay.
So
Like I said, I
can you
need
just?
my coffee to wake up?
So we'll just. What I'd like to do is just if you could start from the very beginning before John even shows up here. I know that he had gone and see Jason, right?
He had left with Jason.
Left with Jason, and then
Yep.
he'd come back, and then
Yep.
so we've kind of established that. Can you start from that point and just kind of
Yep.
walk us through kind of where you were? And
I
what
was okay. So I was in my bedroom, and I had been in there just trying to avoid John the entire time. I'm sure you guys have gone through my text messages that I told him, I didn't really want him to come back home. If he was going to come home, he was going to knock his shit off, whatever. I don't remember exactly how the conversation went. When he got back from being with Jason, he called me from the driveway. Oh my God. This is my burn phone, and all my work people have this phone number because I have to work, so I'm sorry.
No problem.
So he called me from the driveway. The pickup was backed into the driveway. He was sitting on the tailgate. He called me and said he was back from being with Jason. Could I come out and talk to him?
Okay. Let's walk through it.
Okay.
Let's go downstairs. We can do
Well,
the thing.
I was gonna
And
say,
where was the gun?
my gun has been in my room in my nightstand since the day he left with Officer Dokes the Thursday before.
Okay. Can you show me? We'll
Yep.
just use that one.
Yep,
We'll
that's
just
fine.
run through it all.
That's fine.
If that's right with you.
So my gun had been in its holster right here since he had left.
Okay.
With
right on the
Officer
side of
Dokes.
your bed there.
Yep, just tucked in beside my bed right here in the holster, just in case I needed it after Officer Dokes told me that he was not supposed to be coming back.
Okay. You still have that holster?
I do. It is,
there was, I think, a round.
I believe it is in the bottom drawer of the nightstand underneath, like, where Groot is. Over, yep.
Okay.
That bottom. Yeah, just go ahead and move it. Yeah, baby Groot. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Have you watched the new Baby Groots on Disney Plus? They have Baby Groot shorts.
Oh, really?
They're adorable. Is that where I put it?
You're talking about your bed, right?
No,
Under here.
the drawer of the nightstand, the fabric brown drawer.
Oh, yep. I'm seeing it.
And then
I'll probably, I'll just take that. And then
That's fine.
we can do it back there. And then
That's
there was
fine.
that round too.
Yep, that should be in that same basket. Yep, go ahead. So, the gun was there, I was laying in bed, I was watching television, I had my door shut, I wanted him to leave me alone. He called me, and he said, will you come, he goes, I'm back, would you come and talk, or would you look out the window, is what he said first. So I came over and I opened the window and I looked and he was sitting, like I said, the pickup was backed up. He was sitting on the tailgate staring at me.
Okay. From like down there.
It was, the tailgate was probably about where the roof of the pickup was.
Okay.
Because he never backs it up all the way.
Okay.
And so on the phone, I said, what do you want? He goes, I just want to talk. I said, fine. So
Okay.
I hung up the phone
Okay.
and went downstairs.
Okay.
I just You have that bullet?
Yep.
Okay, I just didn't want her to
I got
grab it. Can you grab my coffee for me?
Sure.
I'm sorry.
Right.
I just didn't want her to get it if it was laying on the bed somewhere.
So you went downstairs, okay?
Yep. So I went downstairs. Now, because his ex-wives and stuff have been contacting me about coming to get their stuff, the garage is already rearranged
That's alright.
and cleaned,
I get it.
but we'll make do, I guess.
It's alright. I just want to get kind of a
That's fine. So I came out here.
Okay.
The recliner, as you know, was in the middle of the floor, right about where that chair is. And I stayed in the doorway,
Okay.
and I said, "What do you want?" He goes,
And the garage door's open?
"The garage door was open."
Okay.
I stayed in the doorway. I don't even think I shut the door. I minded because of the cats. And I said, "What do you want?" I said, "I don't have anything to say to you unless you've magically changed in the hour that you've been gone." And he goes, "Well, what do you mean?" And I said, "Well, you already called the bank lady and yelled at her. You already called Cass and yelled at her, Cass, his ex. I said, you already got into a fight with them. I said, you've been a massive jackass to everybody. You've obviously been drinking more than you told me you were. I don't want anything to do with you right now." And he goes, "Well, what do I have to do?" And I said, "I don't care what you do." I said, "You need to get sober and you need to knock this shit off and you need to keep your promises." And I said, "I'm not going to deal with it right now. I'm going back to my room. Leave me alone." So I left.
Okay.
I walked out.
Okay. And what does he do?
He stayed sitting there.
Okay.
I walked out and I came back upstairs. My son was on the couch. He looked at me and he was laying here. His head was here. He looked at me and said, "What's going on?" I said, "His head's here. He's facing that way." He tipped his head back and he's like, "What's going on?" And I said, "John's back." I said, "He's being a dipshit. I'm going back to my room." Cole leaned back, kind of gave me a hug around my neck. Said, "Do you want me to do anything?" And I said, "No, just find yourself something to eat. Do whatever." I said, "I'm just going back to my room." He was watching videos on YouTube or doing whatever it was that he was doing. So I just left him be. So I went back to my room. So I lay back down in bed and watching TV. John comes walking in and starts looking for his pipe and his weed and that kind of shit because it normally was kept in that basket. I've now since got rid of it and put my stuff in that basket, but that's where it always was.
Okay.
Because that was his side of the bed. So he was looking for his weed, he was looking for that kind of stuff. And I said, "Yep, because weed's going to help right now." And he goes, "Well, I need to calm down." I said, "No, you need to knock your shit off." I said, "You can't pass a drug test and get a fucking job if you're on weed." I said, "You told me you were going to quit." And he's like, "Well, I don't fucking care anymore." I'm like, whatever. So he went back out to the living room.
Okay.
I stayed in here.
Okay.
Then I heard him and my son yelling at each other about not working and leaving my mom alone. And
So can you walk me through that a little bit?
something about
So is John saying like,
John-
doesn't work or Cole
no,
saying
John was asking Cole if he was going to get off his ass and do something productive today, and Cole said, "You haven't been working either," and Cole said, "You haven't been working either, and I'm not causing my mom stress, you are." He goes, "You never should have came back. You need to leave my mom alone." And John told Cole, "I'm not fucking going anywhere." And Cole said, "You need to get the fuck out." And they started fighting.
verbally?
Verbally.
Okay.
Just verbally.
Okay.
So at that
So you're
point,
on the
I'm
bed.
laying in bed watching TV. So at that point, I grabbed my gun because I didn't know if they were fighting physically or not. All I heard was them screaming.
Okay.
So I grabbed my gun, I opened the door, I came out, I went like this. I had my cell phone and my gun, I guess. So I had my cell phone and my gun. I went like this, I didn't have that with me, but I need it now just because I need to hold something. Cole is still, at this point, he's sitting up, but he's still facing that direction. John is sitting on that pillowcase, on that chair thing right there.
Like right here.
Yes.
And Cole's still laying.
And Cole was, at this point, wasn't laying down anymore. He was more sitting up here, but he was still facing that direction.
Okay.
This, of course, wasn't here. That was in there.
Okay.
You guys moved it, and I just haven't moved it back. Okay. So I was standing
We
here.
can move it back if you want. We'll move it back right now. I just want to have.
That's fine. Yeah, it comes up like a computer desk.
And so where was this at that night? We'll just put it right where
It usually goes right here.
right there. Okay. And that's how this was that evening.
I'm assuming that's where it was. I don't know where else it would have been.
Okay.
Unless maybe the boys had moved it because they were playing on the Wii earlier. If they had, it would have been up against the entertainment
And
center.
by the boys, you mean who?
Joe and Cole.
Okay.
I
Boys
don't.
been leaning up against the entertainment center.
Normally, they move it, if they're going to play Wii, they move it up against the entertainment center so they have room in the middle of the floor to play Wii.
Okay.
I don't know if, I don't remember.
Okay.
I know it wasn't here because it's
Sure.
never
No.
here. I don't remember exactly
I know
where it was.
we did move it from
I-
the living room to here.
I don't remember
Just so
exactly where
just so
it
we
was.
had some room to work. That's all.
Yeah, no, and I understand that.
Okay, so Cole's kind of sitting up
Cole
right
is
here.
sitting up, facing this way.
Okay.
John is sitting there. They're yelling at each other.
What are they yelling about?
Just Cole's telling him he needs to get out. John's saying he's not fucking going anywhere. Your mom dropped the fucking restraining order on me. My name is on the lease. I don't have to go anywhere. You're a fucking grown-ass adult. You can get the fuck out. And Cole stood up and started yelling at John more about, no, you need to get the fuck out now. I should have never let you fucking come back. I told Cole, you need to go to your room. So Cole went down the stairs and went to his room. Well, I thought went to his room. I don't know. I can't see past the landing. I told him to go downstairs. I don't know if he went to his room. I don't know if he went to his garage. I don't know if he sat at the bottom of the stairs. I have no idea. I told him to go downstairs.
Okay.
At that point, John had moved from there over to here. And so he was like up in my face. And
in what fashion? How is he? Can you show
if
me?
you want to stand here.
Sure. And this is where you were standing, right?
I was standing right there. I was standing like right here.
Right. Okay. So you're right here.
So John was sitting here, and I had told Cole to go downstairs. Cole had stood up.
Okay. So you're standing like right there.
Had stood up. He was standing like right there.
Okay.
I told Cole to go downstairs. So John had stood up after Cole had stood up, and I told Cole to go downstairs. So John had stood up.
Okay.
And so after Cole went downstairs, John turned to me and I said, look, you need to get out. I said, this obviously isn't working. I never should have went and picked you up. I never should have let you break the restraining order. I should have called the police the second you called me. I said, you need to leave. He goes, I'm not fucking leaving. You can't fucking make me leave. And then he comes like this. His phone is in his left hand. Sorry, my brain is fucking scattered right now. His phone is in his left hand, and he's like this, coming to talk to me. He goes, I'm not fucking going anywhere.
Okay.
And I said, John, you need to leave.
And you guys are at this distance?
We're at this distance.
Okay.
And he goes, I'm not fucking leaving, and you can't fucking make me. And he goes like this to get up. So at that point, I backed up, and I went like this. My gun was like this. So yes, at this point, I backed up to the table. The table was actually closer because we had something there. So the table was probably right about here.
Okay.
I've been getting rid of shit. So I was here. I backed up to right about here, and I said, look, you need to leave. You need to get out now. I don't feel safe. I don't want you here. you need to leave. He goes, something about your nigger boyfriend can't, he's convinced that I'm having an affair with Officer Dokes because he's been here 3 times now. So he said, your nigger boyfriend can't do anything about it. My name's on the lease, and I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm not fucking going anywhere. And he's still leaning over the coffee table. So, and I have my gun like this, telling him he had to leave. He's still not leaving. I put my gun here. I said, John, you need to leave. I was somewhat pointed at him, but it wasn't like drawn or anything, I just kind of had it like this, and I'm like, you need to get out. You need to just leave. Take the truck. I don't care. Just get the fuck out. I said, we can figure the truck out later. You can make me truck payments. You can not make me. I don't care. Just fucking leave. He starts to climb over the couch and goes to like grab at me. So by this time, he's like hanging over the couch and like is close to almost grabbing me because, it's not that far of a distance. And I pointed the gun at him. And I said, you need to leave. He goes, you're not going to fucking shoot me. And I pulled the trigger, aiming at that direction, thinking I was going to miss him. But because of the fact that there was no holes in my couch cushion or anything like that, I'm assuming I hit him. He stood up and went to start walking around the couch at me. So he's standing in the middle of the floor.
Okay.
I don't know if he's in front of the coffee table or behind. I don't remember. He was.
Coffee table's here.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know where the coffee table was,
Okay,
so I'm not
right.
100% positive.
So if I'm John and I stand in
He's in that, but he's either there or he's on the other side of the coffee table. I don't remember if he got up and went behind the coffee table or if he got up there or what he did. And he got up, and I thought he was coming back around, like, to come at me because he couldn't get over the couch. And so I fired again at him, and he screamed, what the fuck? And he moved, like, took a step back or something. And so that's why I don't think the coffee table was there. It might have been scooted back or something. Because I know he did take a step back, unless he was on the other side of the coffee table. I'm not positive.
So if this is kind of maybe more accurate, maybe?
That could be.
Okay.
Like I said, I don't remember where it was.
So generally speaking, he's here, right?
He was in that vicinity, yes.
He's by the couch.
Yes.
This end of the couch.
And so I shot again because I thought he was going to come at me. And he still didn't stop. He still didn't go down. He took another step that direction.
He's taking a step this way?
Yes, he took another step that direction, making me think he was going to come at me yet. So I shot one more time. That's when he finally fell, and his head landed right about here, and he stopped moving. So I stopped, of course. Once he stopped coming at me, I stopped. I put my gun back down on the table. I grabbed my phone. I called 911. Cole hollered up the stairs, Mom, are you okay? I said, I'm fine. Just stay downstairs. I called 911. And then the 911 dispatcher told me and Cole to go outside. So I went downstairs. I got Cole out of his room. We went outside and sat there and waited for you guys to come.
Okay. Okay. So real quick, I'm going to back up all the way before you were, when you were in your room and they're out here, John and Cole are out here arguing.
Oh, I forgot that I did check to make sure that my gun was chambered.
Okay.
That's
Can
where
you
the
show
bullet
me-
was laying on my bed.
Okay. Can we go back and
Yep.
show me that?
I forgot. I'm sorry.
Okay.
So after I'm laying in bed, really, you're so helpful. I'm laying in bed. I heard them screaming. I grabbed my gun. I took the holster off. I threw the holster on my bed. I came over as I'm walking around. I went like this to make sure it was chambered. A bullet fell out, showing me that it was chambered. And then I proceeded out to the living room, or out to the dining room. So that's why there was a bullet laying on my bed and my holster was laying on my bed.
Okay. So you said you're standing when John is on the couch and he's coming over the couch, or
I thought he was, yes, he was coming over the couch at me
okay.
and tried to grab at me.
How did he try to grab at you? Can you show me if I'm you?
Yep.
If I'm you and I'm standing here, right? Can you just show me how that was occurring? So if that's his phone.
His cell phone's in his hand, and he comes like this and he tries going like that at me. So I stepped backwards,
Okay.
and then he got up to start coming around.
Okay.
After I shot towards him, trying to scare him to get him, I was hoping.
So you grabbed the gun at this point.
I had grabbed the gun at that point, and I told him he needed to leave, and he's like, "I'm not fucking leaving," and he went like this at me. He was like, I don't know, he was like up like this or something. I'm not sure exactly how he was. And like I said, I thought I missed him, but there was blood splattered that direction, so I must not have. But the fact that he didn't stop made me think that I missed him. And so then that's when he got up, and I thought he was coming around, and so that's when I shot him again.
Okay, so he's standing where you're standing.
He's standing like right about here. I shot him 2 more times until he fell.
Okay.
And then I put my gun down, and I picked up the phone, and I called 911.
So you guys are at this distance, give or take?
Yes.
Okay. Was he saying anything to you at that point in time, or?
The last thing he said to me was, "What the fuck?" And that's after I shot at him the second time.
Was he doing anything with his hands, or?
He was kind of like this, like, "What the fuck?" But I didn't know, he hadn't fallen yet. I didn't know if I had hit him. I didn't know if I had hit the TV. I didn't see any blood. I didn't see anything. I figured I had missed him. At first, honestly, I thought for some reason my gun had blanks in it because I didn't see any blood. He didn't stop. He didn't act like he was hurt, and he was still coming.
Can you tell me how he was coming at you? So like he
was here.
He's on the couch.
He came here. I shot this direction. He got up, and he started to walk like this. So I shot again, and then he's like, "What the fuck?" And he still wasn't down. And I thought at that point he was going to continue to come at me because by now he was pissed because I was shooting at him. And so I shot one more time until he stopped.
Alright. And he just had the phone in his hand?
He just had the phone in his hand. I don't know if he had like a lighter or his pocket knife on him. His pocket knife was in the living room. I'm assuming it was on him and you guys took it out of his pocket or out of his hand. I don't know.
Did he ever display that, or?
He did not display it at me, no. But he's always got it on him. And the week before, like I had put in the report and told Officer Dokes and the other officer that responded, and I think I explained to you guys, and I sent you, or I had showed like the picture that he had sent me and stuff. He had, that Thursday, he had sharpened, it was that Thursday, before I had sent him to the hospital. He had sharpened every knife, my son's toy sword, the axes, everything. He had sharpened absolutely everything. He had the grinder. It's not a vice grip. It's like a clamp grip thing. He had that on the table saw and had the grinder on it, and he had absolutely sharpened everything. And when I came home from work, all these sharpened weapons were laying all over the floor, and then he starts talking about how bad he wants to die.
That was a week before.
And that was the Thursday before when I called asking if you guys could help get him some help because he was suicidal. And that didn't work. And so then I got the restraining order, and that didn't work. And I know it was my fault. I let him break the restraining order. I didn't call and report it. Both of his ex-wives and his son called me breaking the restraining order, begging me to give him another chance. And I was stupid, and I did. And I never should have. And if I wouldn't have ever let him break the restraining order, none of this would have ever fucking happened. And I know it's my fault.
So you're standing here when everything is going down. You're not up by the couch or anything like that?
I might have stepped forward after the first shot. I don't remember.
Okay. Well, so he's coming over the couch, or he's on the couch in some fashion right here, right?
I know.
After the
I
first
know.
shot.
I had backed up because I had to get my gun,
Okay.
and my gun was in the middle of the table, and I know I was at the couch, so I know I had backed up at one point to get the gun. I don't remember if or when I stepped forward.
Okay. Is your gun laying out here for everybody to see, or?
He knew. He watched me bring my gun out with me when I came out when him and Cole were fighting. I brought it out. I loudly laid it on the table. I laid my cell phone on the table right next to it. He was watching me as I came out. He knew my gun was laying there.
What did he say?
Not a word.
Okay. What did you say at that point?
Nothing.
Okay.
As far as the gun goes. It was basically... I was basically hoping that he was going to see it, thinking, okay, she's not fucking around, maybe I really do need to leave.
Okay.
That was my hope,
Okay.
is that he was going to realize that I wasn't going to be his next fucking victim.
Okay. So.
I know he choked out Cassie earlier this year. There was another gal that had a restraining order on him before his relationship with Cassie. I don't know what that was about. I mean, I'm the third person that's had a restraining order on him because of assault and abuse and threats and everything else.
Alright.
I was hoping the gun would be enough to scare him to make him leave. And then I was hoping after the first shot he would get the fucking realization that I am done and you need to get the fuck out. And
So after that first shot, what did you do after the first shot? He jumped
after
back?
the first shot, he jumped back and he stood up, and what I thought was started to walk around the couch. I thought he was coming at me,
Okay.
and so that's when I shot him again.
Okay.
And then that didn't stop him, and so that's when I shot at him again. Like I said, I thought somehow there were I don't have blanks. But since he wasn't moving, I hadn't seen any blood, I didn't see anything, I didn't think it's not that he wasn't moving. He wasn't falling, he wasn't acting like he was injured. I thought, I didn't know if my gun wasn't working, I didn't know if there was blanks in it, I didn't know if I was missing him, I had no idea what was going on. All I knew is that he was still upright and he was still coming at me, and I was afraid he was going to come after me.
Did he say anything did he threaten you at all at any point?
He had told me the week before that he was going to kill me if I tried to have him hospitalized or if I kicked him out again.
But, okay, and during this incident, did he say anything like, I'm going to kill you, or hurt you, or anything like that?
And when he came in, he grabbed at my shirt and stuff. He's like, I'm not fucking going anywhere. He goes, the only person that's going to be leaving this house ever again is you.
Okay, but did he threaten,
Not
hurt you?
technically, no. He didn't verbally say that he was going to do anything.
And then when he's out there, and so after that first shot, did he say anything else other than what the fuck?
No.
Okay. Alright.
What kind of caused that grabbing movement? That was before the first shot, right?
Because I told him that he needed to get out.
Okay.
And he was pissed. And he was drunk. And he was high. And whatever else. He had been at Joey's all weekend, which meant he was probably, I don't know. I don't want to speculate. I'm sorry. I don't know what the autopsy showed. But every time he gets with Joey, they do coke. So I don't know if he still had coke on him. I don't know if he'd been doing coke all day while I was at work. I don't know if it was in his bloodstream or not. I just know that him and Joey both have coke habits. He's a recovering meth addict. I know Joey does meth. I know Joey does coke. I know that that's a common issue. I know him and Jason drink nonstop when they're together. He was drunk. He was out of it. And I was afraid for my life. He had already threatened to kill me once. I knew he had already assaulted other girlfriends before. I just wanted to get away from him.
So the coke, what I guess how do you know he's using cocaine?
Because he flat out told me.
Okay. When was that?
When I came and picked him up from Joey's Saturday night.
With the restraining order deal?
With the restraining order deal.
Okay.
I said, because, I mean, he picked a fight before we were even home. Between Joey's on Meredith or wherever the hell he lives, and here, he had already picked a fight about that I had been screwing around in the 24 hours that he was gone, and he told me that he slept with Cassie, or he tried to get back with Cassie because he couldn't be with me anymore, and he said that him and Joey had been drinking vodka, and Joey got coke and everything else, and that's not what he wanted, and he wanted to come home. He didn't want to live his life like that. And it lasted for 3 days.
So
you said that he strangled Cassie like at the beginning of the year? How do you know that?
He told me and she told me. She had a restraining order on him up until the end of April. When she dropped it, she agreed to drop the restraining order if he agreed to start paying child support. And so that's what he was supposed to go to court for on the 19th. It's in the court documents, which I did have. I must have thrown them away. I've got access, well, if I can get on the laptop, I've got access to it. It's in her court order that she was willing to drop the restraining order if he was willing to start paying for the child support and everything else.
is that like in an email or something?
It's on his e-file records, which I have access to because he doesn't know how to do any of that. So I submitted all of his paperwork. I got his username. I've got his password. I submitted all the paperwork showing that he wasn't working, that I was the only one paying the frickin' bills. He can't afford to pay child support. I'm already paying. There's no way that I can pay for her child support, but it's in the documentation that she would drop the restraining order.
Okay. Is that on that like monster computer that was like with all the stickers on it?
No,
Okay.
there's nothing on that laptop. If you guys want to go through it, that's fine, but the only thing that's on that laptop is my tax records from the last couple of years. That laptop is extremely old, it doesn't work worth a piece of shit, and the only reason I save it is because it's got my tax information on it. Otherwise, we're never on it.
So let me ask you this. So before you look that up, so he's on the couch, and you said, so he's on the couch and he's here, right? And you're here, right? Give or take?
Yeah, give or take, yep.
And so you go back and grab the gun, and you said you had it down by
I
your
had
side.
it down by my side, just hoping at this point he would be like, okay, she's for real, I need to fucking leave.
And he said, you're not going to shoot me?
No, he said, I'm not fucking leaving.
Okay.
He didn't say you're not going to shoot me. He said, I'm not fucking leaving. He goes, I'm not fucking going anywhere. I said, take the truck. I don't care. Just get in the truck. Take whatever you want. Just leave.
And he was still like on his knees? Or
He was on his knees, leaning over the back of the couch.
Do you think he was trying to grab that for the gun?
He either was grabbing for the gun or grabbing for me. I don't know what he was doing.
Okay.
He reached at me. I don't know if he was going for the gun or if he was going for
But
me.
he's trying to grab something.
He was trying to grab in my direction, yes.
Okay. And is the gun out here then?
It was like,
Here, you can show me.
it was like right here.
Okay. And so he's
He reached. I don't know if he was reaching for the gun. I don't know if he was reaching for me.
okay.
So that's when I lifted and I shot towards that direction, hoping it would just scare him off.
Okay. And then he stands up.
And then he stands up, and I thought he was coming at me, so I shot at him again. I honestly thought that I hit the TV or something because he didn't go down, he didn't say ouch, he didn't drop, he did nothing.
He said what the fuck though, right?
After the second shot, yes.
Okay, so he's got his arms up like that? Like kind of like this?
After I shot the second time, then he put his arms up like this,
Okay.
and he's like, what the fuck? And he still didn't go down, and at that point, I'm just panicking. And I probably pulled the trigger more than I needed to, but I just wanted him to stop moving, is all I wanted. I wanted him to either go down or leave or whatever. I thought I had missed him a couple of times. I just needed him to stop. I was afraid.
Okay. All right. Well, I tell you what. Let's. Okay. We're gonna head back to the police department. And if you're able to, can you wake up Cole and bring him to? You guys are absolutely not under arrest. We're trying to just get the nuts and bolts down on this.
I
and
understand
then
that.
you're free to leave at any point in time. Drive your car there, and you can drive back once we're done. Does that sound pretty fair?
That's
Okay.
fine. Give me one.
Yeah. I'll
me-
let you make your arrangements. And
Let me
whatnot.
try and find this for you too, just so you can see what I'm talking about.
What was the? Oh, and I was gonna ask, where's your mom live in Northwest Iowa?
My mom lives in. So here he's got a domestic abuse with Nicole from like 10 years ago. And then we've got Cassie and John with their domestic relations. That's Nicole is the first girlfriend that he abused. Order for temporary custody. Is it this one? I know I have it saved on my phone.
We can maybe help you out with that one.
I was going to say, if you can get access to my phone, I can show it to you where it says that she would drop the restraining order.
Okay. Well, why don't we do that?
Let me make sure that this isn't Jimmy freaking Christmas. Let me put on a bra.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. We're gonna head out. Okay. You can make yourself ready or whatever, and then when you come to the police office, you know where the meeting is.
Yeah. I was just there yesterday talking to Lieutenant Harris.
Okay. So same thing. Just head up to the lobby there, and we'll come out
I'll
and
be
grab
there
you.
in just a few minutes.
Okay. And then Cole too, if you can come.
Yep,
up too.
I'll get
All
it.
right. No rush. We'll see you in a little bit.
Hello. Figured to use some water. My name's David. How are you? Had better nights, I'm sure. What's your name?
Marique.
Marique? Am I saying that right? Well, like I said, my name's David. I'm one of the detectives here at Altoona. This is my partner, Tia. Obviously, there's been a kind of a whirlwind of events going on. We would just like to chat with you and kind of figure out kind of what was going on here today. But before we get started, first things first, have you had the ability to go to the bathroom, and you need to go to the bathroom at all, or anything like that? So you don't need to go to the restroom. Okay. Is there anything aside from water? Like you need any food?
I've got the garbage can right. I've been trying to not throw up. So
Okay.
if I get food, it's probably just gonna come right back up.
Oh, okay. Right on.
They got me one of my anxiety meds, and I took that as I came in the building.
Okay. Do you need to take food with that medicine? Okay.
No.
Alrighty.
I was already throwing up before everything happened, so
Okay. A little bit sick then?
no, just stress and anxiety.
Sure. Okay. Well, before we get started, I just want to kind of go through some things that we need to do on our end. Just procedural things. I'm going to read you Miranda rights just so you know what they are. I'm going to read them from the card just so I don't mess it up myself because I don't want to screw it up myself. So, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to talk with a lawyer and have him present while you're being questioned. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before any questioning if you wish. You can decide at any time not to answer any questions or make any statements. Do you understand your rights?
Yeah.
Okay. And then having read your rights, are you willing to chat with us and we can maybe have a conversation about what's going on? Okay. All right. So I'm just going to start out with some easy stuff here. We'll keep it real simple.
Sorry about you. Do you want to do cold Chris, please?
Yep. So it's, I don't want to push your name. Marique. Do you go by any nicknames? Marique? Okay, and it's Ruth?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What's your date of slept?
I woke up like 6 o'clock this morning.
Okay. What time did you go to bed?
Probably about midnight.
Okay, so about 6 hours of sleep. Is that normal for you?
No, usually I get a lot more than that.
Okay. Any particular reason? What was...
Since John's been back home the last couple of days, I haven't slept.
Okay. So you went to bed about midnight. But that's not typical for you.
No. I
You said...
usually get at least 9 or 10 hours.
Okay. What time do you normally go to bed?
Usually I'm in bed by 8 and I'm sleeping by 9.
Okay.
I try to.
Sure. What about waking up in the morning?
6:10, my alarm goes off every morning.
Okay. And that's what time it went off this morning was 6:10. Does that go off on your phone or?
Yep.
Okay. What about you said that you take some medication? What about other drugs, whether it's legal or illegal? Nothing.
John smokes weed, I don't.
Okay. No weed, no hard drugs or anything like that. What about alcohol? You
No,
drink alcohol?
I've been trying to get John to quit, so I haven't had anything in weeks.
Okay. When you do drink, what do you normally drink?
I might have a beer with supper or a glass of wine on the Saturday or whatever, but
Nothing
no,
in excess.
no.
Okay. And the last time you had something to drink was a couple weeks ago.
It was 2 or 3 weeks ago. I made not a margarita, but the one with rum, a daiquiri.
Oh. Okay.
I made myself a daiquiri, and I had that while we were sitting by the pool.
Okay.
That was the last thing I had to drink. That was, like I said, a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
I try not to keep alcohol in the house because of John.
Sure. I get that. And the way I understand it, Cole, is he your son?
Yes.
Okay. And then, again, I don't want to butcher names, so I apologize. Andriga. Okay. Do you know his name? 428 or 2000? Okay. Any other people in the home at the time or anything like that? So it's just you, John, and...
John had brought his daughter home, brought her to, met her mom at a gas station and dropped her off to her mom this afternoon.
Okay.
Or early this evening.
Okay. John's daughter?
Yeah.
What? Mom's name?
Cassie, Cassandra Weimer, Winer.
Okay.
She just moved to Johnson, I believe.
Johnston?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have a number for her?
In my phone. I don't know where my phone, somebody took my phone.
Okay.
But yes,
All right, we'll figure that out.
I've got her number in my phone.
Yeah,
John
yeah.
also has a 17-year-old that lives with his mom in Ankeny. I've got his mom's number and his number in my phone also.
Okay. Well, we can cross that bridge when we come to it. So aside from hanging in there with the alcohol, sounds like that's not much of an issue. You mentioned that you had started getting kind of less and less sleep since John's been back. So is John like a boyfriend to you then? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
We've been dating since April
Of this year?
of this year.
Okay.
And then in May, his lease was up. And so he didn't have any place to go, so we got a place together.
Okay.
That was the worst decision I ever made.
And that was in May? And you moved to that?
We moved Memorial Weekend to that townhouse.
Okay. Where did you guys move from?
John was living in West Des Moines and I was living in Grimes.
Okay. So what made you pick Altoona?
It was through the same realtor that I was renting from in Grimes, and so they were able to transfer like part of my deposit and that kind of stuff. So my apartment wasn't big enough for everybody, and John was getting kicked out of his house because he hadn't paid rent after him and his ex broke up.
Okay.
And so I tried to be nice, and we moved in together. He hasn't been working, and he's been doing nothing but drinking and smoking weed. And
Okay. All right.
his depression and stuff has gotten worse. His anger's gotten worse. He got into a bar fight the other night after I had the police come and get him.
Okay. What happened with that? I guess I'm unfamiliar with that situation.
They were at our house June 4th, I believe.
Who's they?
The police department.
Okay.
Officer, I think it's Dokes.
Okay.
Big, tall, black guy.
Yep. He's hard to miss.
Yeah, he's hard to miss.
Yeah.
He came and John was drunk. He talked to John, tried to calm him down. I think they were there 2 or 3 times that night.
Okay.
And then last week, Thursday, I called again. And it was Officer Dokes that called back. And I asked if there was anything that they could do because John was drunk again and he was being an asshole and I needed help. And so he tried to get John to go to the hospital.
Okay.
And the second Officer Dokes left, John checked himself out and left. And then he stopped at some bar on the east side somewhere by A&E Dairy. I don't know what the name of the bar was. I just remember that he called me and told me where he was. And he got into some bar, he cut up his knuckle on some guy's face, got into a fight over, I don't even know. And Officer Dokes had told him not to come back to the house. Mm-hmm. And then he showed up with one of his friends, but he stayed in the car. His friend came and got a bag of his stuff.
Okay.
And I went and got a restraining order Friday morning.
Last Friday morning. Okay.
And then Sunday night, I got a call from his son, Joe, begging me to please talk to his dad, and his dad's sorry, and he didn't mean it, and I was stupid. And I let John break the restraining order, and I talked to him, and I let him come home, and then Monday morning I dropped the restraining order, and he came home and instantly started a fight with me, and we basically, it's been back and forth for the last couple days.
Okay.
I got home from work today and he'd been drinking, and he swore he wouldn't, but he had gone to Casey's and gotten a couple beers, I guess, and so he was drinking by the time I got home.
That was today. Okay. Do you know what Casey's he went to?
The one right by our house.
Okay.
He walked up there with the neighbor girls, and my son and his daughter went and got everybody drinks and got himself a couple beers.
Okay.
And so by the time I got home, he had already been drinking. And so we got into an argument that he had promised he was going to quit. And he said that if we were going to fight, he was going to take Isabella to her mom's. And so he asked if I was going to have him arrested for taking the truck, because it's my truck. And I said, no, just take the freaking truck and take Isabella home. I said, don't come back. Well, then of course he came back. And then he left right away with a friend of his. And they went and drove around or whatever, and he came home and it was obvious he had been drinking while he was gone with Jason, because he was way more drunk when he came home than when he left. His phone number's in my phone too.
Okay.
And Jason dropped him back off right around 7, because he called me from the garage right as I got done watching Wheel of Fortune. John did.
Okay.
And then he asked if we could talk. I went downstairs to talk to him in the garage, and he just started his shit, and I said, I'm not going to deal with this. I went upstairs and went to my room, and then he came upstairs and he came barging into my room and started yelling at me. I told him to leave. Told him to leave my room, leave me alone. He went out in the living room and started fighting with Cole and sat on the couch and was arguing with Cole. At that point, the way he was talking and everything had me scared. I had my weapon in my room because it's been by my bed since I kicked him out a week ago. So I made sure it was loaded. I brought it out, I sat it on the kitchen table, I stayed on the back side of the couch. John and Cole were sitting on the couch. Cole was like sitting, my couch was like...
You want to, I'm kind of a visual person.
That's okay.
Do you want to just draw kind of the layout of your...
So I've got my sofa sits like this.
Uh-huh. And this is your living room?
This is my living room.
Okay.
The TV is here, and then this is the patio.
This is upstairs or downstairs?
Upstairs.
Okay.
There's only, downstairs is just one bedroom in the garage.
I see.
The bedroom downstairs is Cole's.
Okay.
My bedroom and stuff is back here.
And the kitchen's kind of over
And the kitchen's right in, yeah, this is the kitchen.
Okay.
And Cole was laying on the couch right here. I just drew his legs backwards.
Can you write his name just so I know who he is?
I drew his legs backwards.
That's okay.
And then John was sitting here.
Okay.
And I was standing here.
Okay.
Behind the couch.
Okay.
The table's here. My gun was on the table. I had just laid it down and just to make sure I had it near me. And John and Cole started fighting. John and me started fighting. We tried to talk John into leaving. He said he wasn't going to leave again because it was his house too, and he already tried to get me. I already tried to kick him out once, and it didn't work. The cops aren't gonna effing do anything, so I can just effing deal with it. He's not effing going anywhere. And Cole yelled at him and told him he needed to get out, and John told Cole to fuck off. So Cole went back down the stairs, which are like right here. Cole went downstairs to his room. I looked at John and said, "You need to please leave." And then he got up and started to lunge over the couch at me. So I reached for my gun and I just pointed it at him. I said, "You need to leave." And he goes, "I'm not gonna fucking leave." He goes, "If you're gonna fucking kill me, kill me." I said, "I don't want to kill you. I just want you to leave." And then he came at me again. And I didn't even mean to pull the trigger. And then he kept moving, and so I think I shot him like twice or something until he fell on his stomach, and then I finally I dropped the gun back on the table and I grabbed my phone and I called 911.
Okay.
His ex had a restraining order on him because he choked her out. I know he knew my gun was there. I didn't know if he was coming at me or if he was going for my gun. I didn't know what he was gonna do.
What makes you say that? As in, like, what makes you think that he knew your gun was there?
I mean, he watched me lay it down.
Oh,
he knew my gun was there. He watched me lay it down.
Did he say anything about that?
No.
Okay.
Not at that time.
Did he mention the gun at all?
Not tonight. Thursday, he got my gun out of my purse and he handed it to me and asked me to shoot him.
Okay.
And that's when they finally took him to the hospital because they thought that meant that he was suicidal enough that they could take him in, but he left right away.
That was the time with Officer Dokes. Okay.
Officer Oates has been the one to respond every time I've called.
Okay. Would you do me a favor, just so I know that this is you and your recollection? You just sign this like in the corner, just so we can name. And today's date is the 10th. Okay. So let me let's just rewind just a little bit here, okay? Take a quick breather. So is there a bedroom? This is just your patio, right?
That's the patio. The bedrooms are back here.
Okay. So you own how many guns?
One.
You just want to own one?
I had two. I just sold my other one to Bass Pro Shop like last weekend or the weekend before.
Okay.
So now I only have my 380. I sold my 9mm a couple weeks ago.
And what kind of 380 is that?
It's a Glock.
Okay. Is it any particular color?
Black.
Okay. 380. And you said that the gun was in your bedroom, is that right?
I had it initially, yes, it was in my bedroom. I've had it on my nightstand since the night that they took John to the hospital because our house keys were missing. I've actually, like, the assistant chief or whatever, him and I have been emailing back and forth because he was checking chest cams and stuff, trying to see if he could figure out where the keys went, because there was John's house key and truck keys were missing, and so John could have came back into the house whenever he wanted. And so I had my gun on my nightstand just because I didn't know if he was going to come back in the house or not. And I didn't know what he was going to do. And then when he came home and I believed all of his bullshit, I put it in the drawer.
You talking about like on what
Like
was that
Sunday.
Sunday?
Yeah.
Okay. What? Let's talk about that real quick. So he comes home Sunday, and this is after he comes home Sunday, and this is after he gets off the phone with you and his son, right?
His son.
Your son called you, and then
His son had called my son, and then his son
Cole.
called me.
So he called Cole first, and who is his son?
Joe.
Joe.
Yeah, it's Joseph,
Okay.
technically.
Joseph Killen,
Yeah.
and he calls Cole.
And then he called me.
Joseph called you.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then John called me from his friend's phone because he was at his friend Joe, different Joe. He was at his friend Joey's house.
Okay.
And begging and pleading to come home. I promise I'll quit drinking. I promise everything's better. And
How much does he drink typically?
at that point, when I called on Thursday, he'd been drinking nonstop for 3 days. I think he had gone through like those little bottles of hot Kai vodka that you can get at Casey's for like $3 or whatever. I think he had gone through like 6 of them in the past couple days.
Okay.
Plus whatever beer him and Joe had been drinking.
Okay. You talking about Joe, his son?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then after he left, he was with Joey and his friend Joey, and all they do is drink.
Okay.
And so he'd been drinking all freaking weekend. I was fucking stupid.
So how'd that conversation, can you walk me through, like, is that on the phone or is that in person?
I was on the phone.
Okay, and can you just kind of walk me through kind of what he was saying, what you were saying, like what was going on with that?
He's like, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean when I said I was gonna kill you. He goes, I say things when I'm mad, and you know that, and I would never hurt you, and I would never hurt Cole, and I love you, and I can't stay at Joey's, and I just want to come home, and please just let me come home. I promise I'm going to try and get a job, and I promise I'm going to stop drinking, and I'm going to go to AA, and I'm going to do all this shit. And
Yeah.
I was just fucking stupid. I believed him.
Okay. What time do you think, just rough ballpark, was that phone call?
It was late. It was like 10 o'clock or something, because by the time I went and got him and got home, it was like Saturday night, Sunday morning. It was like 11:30, midnight, somewhere in there.
I thought this was on Sunday.
Well, it was Sunday morning.
Oh.
Like midnight.
So he called you on Saturday?
He called me, yeah, I'm sorry. He called me late Saturday night, early Sunday morning, somewhere in there.
And this is where you went and picked him up at the side bar where you got in that fight?
No, he got in that fight.
Oh, that was last
He
Thursday.
got in the fight Thursday night,
Gotcha.
and then he was gone Thursday through Saturday night.
I see.
And then he called me late Saturday night. They actually Cole came and woke me up when Joe called him. So it was after I was in bed. Cole woke me up and said, Joe's been calling me. He wants to talk to you. And so I talked to Joe for a little bit, and then John called. And so then I went and got him. By the time we got home, it was Sunday morning. And we basically just went to bed when we got home.
Okay.
And then, yeah.
And you said you guys have been, kind of from that point forward, correct me if I'm wrong, you guys have been arguing back and forth since about Monday?
Yeah, it's been tense. Everybody's been walking on eggshells.
What kind of arguments are we talking about here? Over what?
Money, inability to communicate.
And this is between you and him as like a relationship?
Yeah.
Okay.
Lying. When I kicked him out, he tried to get back together with his ex, and so I considered that cheating, and so he was accusing me of cheating, all kinds of, anything and everything we could have fought over, we fought over.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, yeah, there was a couple times where, yeah, we could suffer together and everything was okay for an hour, and then we'd get into a fight or whatever. And he'd go get high and I'd go to bed.
Okay. What, anything physical between the two of those fights, or was it just verbal? Okay. Any threats back and forth? Or?
Not since last week, Thursday.
Okay. And then tonight, what kind of kicked things off tonight?
I got home and he had been drinking.
He was drinking. Okay. And so what?
And so I told him, I said, you obviously came home. You didn't come home to keep your word. You know, I don't understand why you're here. You need to just, I said, I told you you could come home as long as you weren't drinking. I said, you've been drinking. I said, that's it. You need to leave. And he said, well, so then I'm going to come back and talk to you because I don't want her here while we're fighting again.
Sure.
And stay. I don't want you to come back.
Okay.
And he came back, and like 2 seconds after he came back, Jason pulled in behind him, so I don't know if he had called Jason or whatever.
So what car did he take to?
He took the pickup.
Okay. Okay.
And then
And that was to Johnston?
they met at some gas station.
Okay.
And then he got home, and then he got in the car, and the whatever vehicle Jason drives, he got in with Jason. And then he came back at 7 and had obviously been drinking more or smoking weed with Jason or something because he was completely out of it by the time he got back.
What do you, and by that, like, what do you mean by out of it? Was he, can you describe?
He was slurring his words. He was he was either drunk or high. I don't know which one.
Could you smell anything on it?
I couldn't really smell anything on it, but when he drinks, it's vodka.
Okay.
And I didn't really get that close to him because I tried to stay away from him. I tried to stay in my room, told him to leave me alone. I kept walking away from him, and he kept following me.
Okay. When he was following you, what was the conversation?
I was like, we're gonna have this fucking conversation, and I'm not fucking leaving again, and you can't fucking make me leave, and the cops aren't gonna do a damn thing because I'm on the lease too, and as long as I'm not suicidal, you can't fucking have me arrested again. And
Okay. And he was following you into your room.
he's following me into my room, and then
Did he ever threaten like anything, like any injury towards you, or he was just
not at that point, no. He was
Okay.
just yelling and bitching that he had every effing right to be there.
Okay.
And then he left me alone finally, but he was out in the living room with my son, and I didn't trust him out there with my son because
You were in your room.
and I was in my room.
Okay.
And then I heard them yelling and screaming at each other, so I went out there.
What were they yelling and screaming about?
Because Cole was telling him to get out. Cole was telling him, you lied, you've been drinking, you're not supposed to be here, you promised you weren't going to drink anymore, you need to get out. And he was screaming, no, I'm not fucking going anywhere, and your mom can kiss my fucking ass. And
Okay. And that was when they were seated on the couch, right?
yeah.
Okay. So he's seated on the couch. John is here. The kitchen's here. You are still in the back bedroom, and Cole's kind of
Cole was laying down on the couch.
and they're bickering back and forth, and you can kind of hear.
And that's,
Okay.
yeah, so I came out,
Okay.
I brought my gun with me, I laid my gun on the table,
Okay.
and then I started to ask John to please leave.
And where were you standing when you asked him?
I was behind
Like
the
right
couch.
behind the couch?
Yeah,
Okay.
I was standing next to Cole behind the couch.
Okay.
I was
And then
telling
what-
John you needed to leave, and he said, why? And I said, because we're not communicating, this isn't working, you're drunk, and you need to get out. And then he asked why I thought it wasn't working, and I told him about how I had gotten the phone call from the lady from the bank. I told the other officer, I don't even know if I even told you about
Yeah.
that.
What's going on with that?
Okay, so he supposedly got this trucking job, and he's supposed to leave on Monday.
This coming Monday? Okay.
And he's gonna go with a friend that he knew from back when he used to drive truck, and they were gonna be gone for 2 weeks. And then when he came back, he was gonna get his own truck. And so he wanted to get set up to where his paychecks were direct deposited into my account.
Okay.
That way I could pay bills and stuff while he was gone. And so I had been on the phone and emailing this lady from the bank all day, trying to get this set up. We opened up a new checking account for him.
What bank is this from?
DuPaco.
DuPaco? Okay, how do you spell that?
DUPACO.
Okay. Do you know the name of the gal you were talking to?
No, it's in my email.
Okay.
I want to say it's Heather or something. It starts with H, I think. I don't know. It's in my email.
Sure.
And we've been emailing each other back and forth and getting all the paperwork and stuff done, getting all the applications and everything, and John had to sign off on the application. And I texted him, I said, did you get the email from the bank? And at first he said no, and then he said he got it, and he tried to send it to me, but I had him blocked. And I'm like, I don't fucking have you blocked. The hell? I didn't know what he was talking about. So I texted him back, I said, whatever, we'll deal with it when I get home. And I got home, and he had been drinking, and I asked if he had taken care of the email, and he said, I don't know how to fucking do it. And I said, that's fine, just give me your phone, I'll take care of it. And he said, no, I'm not fucking stupid. She needs to fucking send me an email that I can fucking understand how to do it. And so he takes his phone and he always does voice to text and everything else. So he proceeds to email her back, yelling and screaming at her, calling her names and telling her that we're fighting because she can't send an effing email right or something along those lines.
He sent this.
He sent this to this lady at the bank.
In a text or
in an email.
In an email.
He emailed her back.
Okay.
And I told him if he was going to act that way, I didn't want anything to do with him. So that's when I went upstairs. I told him I was getting in the shower.
And this was the conversation you guys had in the garage? Okay.
So I went upstairs and I got in the shower. My son came in because he heard me crying. He's like, Mom, what's going on? And I told him, I said, John's been drinking again. And he goes, yeah, he got a couple beers at Casey's. And he goes, your phone's ringing. And I said, well, who is it? And he told me where the number was. And I'm like, that's the lady from the bank. So I shut the shower off and I grabbed the phone. And she's like, I just got an email from John. And I said, I'm so sorry. And she asked to make sure I was okay. And she said, she wanted to make sure that I was all right and everything was okay. And I told her that I didn't know. And she said that I could let her know in the morning if she wanted me to process everything or if she wanted me to cancel everything or if we were going to move forward or not or what in opening this new account. Because the email that she got was very disturbing, and so she just wanted to make sure that I was okay and that we were moving forward or what was going on.
Okay.
And so then when we were on the couch after Cole went downstairs, I was trying to explain to John, I said, that's the kind of shit that I don't want to be with you for. I said, you sent that lady an email. I said, she had to call me. And he goes, if she hadn't called you, I'm calling her fucking boss. And he grabbed his phone and he was going to call to leave a message for the president of the bank to fucking, because that's fucking bullshit and whatever else. And I said, you got into a bar fight the other night. I said, you were completely out of control. I said, you need to leave. And then when he came after me.
Okay. So you said that you were seated on the couch when he was coming at you?
No, I never left the kitchen.
Okay. So he was pretty much here the whole time?
He was there the whole time when we were having the conversation. Okay. I never left the kitchen.
Okay. And when
and then he got up and came because going downstairs.
Okay.
He got up and came like where Cole was and was like he was gonna jump the couch.
Did he ever get up on the couch at all?
Yeah, he got up like he was gonna jump the couch. His knees and stuff were on the couch here, like he was gonna jump the couch. It was like in this corner section.
Can you show me like on a chair? Like, are you able to demonstrate that for me just so I can?
So like this is the couch.
That's the couch, right?
So actually this is backwards. He was sitting over here. I'm standing about where she is.
Okay.
He was sitting over here and we were arguing back and forth. And he got up and he went like this, like he was gonna jump the couch.
Okay.
And so that's when I grabbed my gun off the table and I said, "You need to leave." And he kept coming at me and said, "I'm not gonna fucking leave."
What do you mean by that? Kept coming at you?
He went to climb over the back of the couch.
Okay.
He when I told him he needed to leave, even after I grabbed my gun, he kept going like this, like he was gonna come over the back of the couch, like he had his leg over it and everything.
Okay.
And then the first time I aimed the gun at him and I pulled the trigger, I missed him on purpose, trying to get him just to stop. And then
Where were you aiming?
I aimed for the couch.
So like you were aiming down?
Yeah, I aimed down like on the cushion behind him. He was like here and I aimed this way.
Okay, so time out. Let's just pause. So he's on top of the couch, right? He's up here, kind of like you were demonstrating. And if I'm you, right? Right? I don't want to be wrong. I want you to show me here. So I'm you, and you're aiming down here, like that, like at an angle, or
okay. So if I'm, go ahead and sit down.
sure.
If I'm him, and he was coming like this. So come like that. I'm sorry. Come like that at me.
Sure.
So I shot like there,
Okay.
trying to get him, to stop.
Okay. How far away were you guys?
Not even probably 3-4 feet.
Okay. Was he saying anything to you at that point?
Yeah, he was yelling and screaming and telling me that he wasn't gonna fucking leave and it was his house and he didn't have to leave and I couldn't kick him out again.
Okay. And then after that first miss, then what happened?
And then he's like, "I can't believe you fucking tried to kill me." And then he lunged at me again. And so that's when I shot him again. And then he spun in a circle here. And then I don't know if I pulled the trigger a third, I don't know. And then he fell and face first and he landed with his face in front of the patio.
Okay.
And so as soon as I realized as soon as he fell, I stopped because that's all I wanted to do was to get him to stop.
Mm-hmm.
And so I put my gun back on the table and I grabbed my phone and I called 911.
Okay. All right. Where's his phone?
He had it in his hand with him, and when he landed by the patio door, it was laying on the floor.
Okay. So when he was climbing over the couch, he had his phone
He
in
had
his
his
hand?
phone in his hand.
Was there anything else in his hand?
I don't think so.
Okay. Was he pointing at you or doing anything?
Yeah, he was. He had his fist, but he had his phone was in his left hand, and he had his fist in his right hand. Or yeah, his right hand. I can't talk.
It's all right. That's okay. Yeah, tell you what. Let's just take a quick break. Okay. Do you need anything to eat at all? Anything like that? Okay.
No, if I eat, I'm gonna throw up.
Okay. Well, I don't want you to do that. Let's just take a quick break, okay? And we'll come back and talk to you in just a few minutes, okay? Do you want another water or anything for you?
No, but can I ask a big favor?
Sure.
Between my panic attacks and everything else, I'm extremely claustrophobic. At least just leave the door open a crack.
Sure. Yeah, we can do that. No
Thank
problem.
you.
How big do you want the crack?
It doesn't matter. Just that's perfect. Thank you.
okay break there. Do you need more water or bathroom break or anything like that?
I'm okay for it.
I thought I heard some barf in there. Are you doing okay?
I coughed some stuff.
Cough some stuff up. Okay. So obviously, this is kind of a deal. We just want to make sure we got everything correct. Okay. So what I would like to do is just kind of, we'll hit the reset button and go through everything just one more time, just so I I understand kind of what's going on from this case. Okay. So can you just kind of start from the top and kind of run me through, like, from last week all the way up through this week, kind of the issues between you and John.
Okay. So, like last week, Thursday?
Yeah, I guess, because from my understanding, you had an incident with us last Thursday where you called us. Okay. And what was the deal with that?
I got home from work.
Okay.
And he was drunk, and he was talking about wanting to die, and he was just completely out of his mind, talking about how he wanted to die, and he wanted me to kill him, or he wanted me to call his ex to have her come kill him, or he wanted me to call his ex-mother-in-law to have his ex-brother-in-law come and kill him because he had threatened to before, I guess. I don't know.
Who's his ex?
Cassie.
Oh, the mom of
the 5-year-old's mom.
Okay.
And he's been fighting with her and her mom nonstop since, I don't know, December. She's had a restraining order on him. She dropped it in order to she dropped it so he would plead no contest and be able to set up visitation rights and that kind of stuff, or something along those lines.
Okay.
But I mean, you guys have investigated him for harassment. You guys have looked into him for threats and all kinds of stuff against her. And then Thursday I got home from work, and he was drunk, and he was feeling bad about the fact that I've been paying all the bills and he hasn't been doing anything, and he was just, I thought he was going to hurt himself. And so I called the non-emergency number and asked if they came, if they were going to be able to do anything, because the last time they came they didn't do anything.
Okay.
And Officer Dokes, I think that's how you say his name.
Yeah.
Okay. He called me back, and he wanted to know what was going on, and I told him everything. And he came. He told me to stay in my bedroom, and so he came and he got John. And then the other officer came upstairs. I didn't get his name. He came upstairs and he talked to me and he talked to Joe. And he told me that John was going to the hospital willingly to get help. And we thought, okay, that's the end of it.
Okay. How did Dokes figure out there was, like, these, threats to her?
Because I told him.
Okay.
When he called me, he said, what's going on? And I said, he's acting suicidal again. He's asking me to shoot him. He's laying in the middle of the driveway asking me to drive a car over him. Okay. He's begging me to call all these people. And
this is to you face to face, not over like text or anything like that?
No, all conversation. There was texts about him wanting to die and him not feeling good and that kind of stuff, and how his meds weren't working, and I was trying to talk him into going to therapy, and so there is text message proof of all that stuff.
Okay.
And then Officer Nolan, then as soon as he left, John checked him out and left. John checked himself out and left.
Sure.
And then he called me, yelling at me, and then he called his son and told his son that Cole and I better get out of the effing house by the time he walks home from Mercy and kill us, because that stupid bitch had him brought to the hospital for fucking nothing, and it was a waste of time, and And so then I called Officer Dokes back, and I said, he's threatening to kill me. He's threatening to come back and kill me. He left the hospital. And so Officer Dokes or somebody called him and told him not to come back.
Okay.
And then he ended up at some bar on the east side and got into a bar fight because he was asking somebody for a cigarette, and the guy thought he was hitting on his girlfriend or whatever, so when they went in the bathroom they got into a fight and he punched the guy and he like cut his knuckles open and stuff on the guy's teeth, I guess. I don't know. I don't remember if it was a bartender's boyfriend or what it was.
Was it on his right or left hand? He has
His
that.
right hand.
So he's got like a cut right here.
Yeah, he's got like on his knuckle right here.
Okay.
It's like halfway healed now because it's been like a week.
Sure.
But Officer Dokes had told him not to come back, and so then he called saying that and texted that, hey, you got what you wanted, I can't even set foot in Altoona, I'm gonna get arrested, and fuck you, and I'm fucking done, and whatever else. And then not more than an hour or so later, I got a call from an officer saying that his friend DJ wanted to come and get his stuff, get him like his meds and a change of clothes and that kind of stuff. So I packed a bag for him, and I was outside with the bag, and DJ pulled up and John was in the car with him. And DJ came up to the house and got the bag from me, and I said, I want the truck keys and I want my house key. And DJ went back to the truck and asked John, and then DJ came back up and said, John swears he doesn't have the keys, he swears the cops have them. And so he goes, I don't know what to tell you. He goes, if I find out he's lying to me, he goes, I'll get him back for you. And then he left.
Do you know DJ's last name?
Book.
Okay. That's okay.
His wife's name is Lacey. I've got her on Facebook too. I can get you their names and stuff as soon as I can get my phone.
Sure. Okay.
And
this is all on Thursday
that
night?
was all Thursday night.
Okay.
He stayed the night there
With
DJ and Lacey.
Okay.
And then starting like at midnight Thursday night, Friday morning, he was blowing up my phone. I'm sorry, I did not respond. He had called at one point, and I had Officer Dokes on the line, and Officer Dokes asked me to merge the call so he could hear what John had to say to me. So that was like, I don't know, maybe a 5-10 minute phone call where Officer Dokes was on the phone listening to John talking to me. And then Officer Dokes told me not to answer his calls anymore, not to answer his text messages. We talked about me going to the courthouse Friday morning. So I went, I filed for the petition to get the restraining order. I met with the judge, got it all done, didn't answer his calls or anything. As soon as the sheriff's office told me that he got served on Friday, I shut his cell phone off because everything's in my name because he doesn't pay any fucking bills. And so I shut his phone off. And I have no idea where he was. He got served at DJ and Lacey's Friday morning. And then I don't know.
By the sheriff's office?
By the sheriff's office.
How did they know he was over there?
because I told them.
Oh, okay.
And I gave them his phone number. I said, I don't know where they live. It's like on 7th Street or 7th Avenue or something like that. I said, but this is John's phone number. You can call John.
Sure.
I left his phone on. That way they could get a hold of him to find him. And as soon as he got served, then I shut his phone off. Then I called back in because about 10 minutes after I shut his phone off, somebody tried hacking my Google and hacking my Facebook and hacking my Verizon account and everything else. And the lady that I talked to put me through to dispatch, and dispatch put me through either to the sheriff's office or the Altoona police. I'm not positive which one. And they said that they couldn't prove that it was John, and he had an expectation of privacy, so they couldn't go through his phone, even though it was my phone technically. And so they said that there was nothing they could do. It wasn't a violation of the restraining order. And so they said just change my passwords basically and get over it.
And that was, when was that phone call?
That was Friday, like at noonish.
After he'd been served?
After he'd been served.
Okay.
I shut his phone off, and then I got notified, and I took screenshots of everything and saved everything. I printed everything out. I came to the police department when I got off work on Friday, and I got reports of the call from 6-4 and the calls that I made on Thursday, and
You came here?
I came here
Okay.
and got she could only give me the printout of like the 911 calls
Right.
because the reports hadn't been typed up yet, or she didn't have access to some, I don't know.
Yeah.
I could come back and get them later. And so they gave me what they had, and I went home Friday after work. And then Saturday night, well, John had been blowing up my phone all night Friday and all morning Saturday, or I'm sorry, all night Thursday and all morning Friday while I was at the courthouse. I mean, I was even in with the judge, and my phone is ringing and my phone is flashing and vibrating, and I mean, he wouldn't leave me alone no matter how many times I asked him to or didn't respond or whatever. And then so I made it through Friday night. My son and I just kind of hung out on Saturday, and then Saturday night Cole woke me up that Joe was on the phone and Joe wanted to talk to me, and then John called and made all these freaking promises, and I went and got it, went and picked him up from, he was outside of Joey's apartment at some lawn mowing place off of, I'm not from the city. I've only lived here for like a year and a half, so it's in my GPS. It's off of like, I want to say it's Meredith and Douglas or something like that.
Okay.
It's in my GPS on my phone.
Okay. And Joey, so sorry, Joe is
his son, and then Joey is a buddy of his.
So Joe calls Cole, your son,
yeah,
and says, "Hey, my dad wants to
talk to you. Dad's really sorry. And then I hadn't even had the chance to think about it, and John called me from Joey, his friend's cell phone.
Okay, but Cole woke
me up to let me know that Joe was on the phone.
Okay.
And then as I was getting off the phone with Joe, then John called me from Joey's phone.
It's not confusing at all.
I know, it's not confusing at all.
Okay.
So there's Joe and there's Joey.
Yeah, all right.
And so he called me from Joey's phone, and he's like, you know, I can't stay at Joey's, and especially if I'm going to be sober, because all Joey does is drink, and all we've been doing is sitting here and drinking, and I don't want to do this, and I want to come home, and I'm so sorry, and and he promised he was going to go to AA, and I sent him the picture of the AA schedule, and I said, you're gonna do this, and we went through this whole thing, and he made all these freaking promises that everything was gonna be okay, and he didn't mean it when he said he wanted to die, and he didn't mean it when he said he was gonna kill me and Cole, and he was sorry, and he just says things when he's mad, and so I was stupid. I went and picked him up. And then he picked a fight with me. We weren't even home. And he picked a fight with me because he thought in that one night I was already trying to screw my ex. And I mean, and I'm like, if this is what is going to happen, and you're going to I'm not even going home. I will just drop you off here, and I will let the police know that you broke your restraining order. And he's like, no, I'm sorry.
And that's Sunday, like real early Sunday morning.
It was like midnight-ish, somewhere in the vicinity.
Okay.
I ended up, actually you can tell exactly what time it was because I had to call my ex to prove to him, I had to call my ex and put my ex on speaker to prove to him that nothing happened so he could hear it straight from my ex.
Who's your ex?
And so, yeah, you'll be able to, whatever time that was, I don't know if it was 10:30, 11:30, whatever, I called Josh. And then he's like, okay, I believe you now, I believe Josh, I believe you, I'm sorry, I accuse you of it, I'm just upset, and, you tried to get me thrown in jail, and I said, no, I tried to get you thrown in the hospital, I didn't try to get you thrown in jail.
Right.
And I said, I'm saving you from jail. I said, if I wanted you in jail, I would have fucking called in and said that you broke your restraining order.
Right.
And Sunday, we just kind of hung out at the house and just tried to play a game of Scrabble. We tried to have like a normal family day, and he was so focused on the cops stole his car keys, and he was just on a rampage, digging through the garage and tearing shit apart. And so Cole ended up going to his room, and I ended up going to my room, and we just kind of stayed apart Sunday night. Monday morning, I woke up to get ready for work, and he's like, I'm really sorry. He goes, I was still kind of drunk from being at Joey's, and he goes, I'm trying to detox, and it's messing with me, and I'm going to go and get some weed, and I'm going to calm down, and please get this restraining order dropped, because I don't want to go to jail today, and I don't want to go to jail if I'm driving the truck, or if that effing nigger sees me in the neighborhood, because Officer Dokes walks past our house. He must live in my neighborhood or something. And he's like, I don't want to go to jail if he sees me. You got to get this restraining order dropped. And so when I went to work, I went and filled out the paperwork, and I went and dropped it off. And
where did you drop it off then?
At the courthouse. I went to the courthouse and I dropped it off, and I couldn't stay to meet with the judge again. She said I didn't have to, so then I went back to work.
Is this like the clerk?
Yeah, the civil clerk,
okay.
Whatever. I think it's room 1203 actually, because I've been there twice in the last week.
Okay.
And so anyway, I dropped the paperwork off with her, and then John came to have lunch with me at work on Monday, and we called the courthouse together to make sure that the paperwork was filed, to make sure that everything was okay. And then Monday night it was actually okay.
How did that phone call turn out?
They said that the motion to dismiss was on record. And so then John relaxed a little bit, and then he ended up going fishing all day and dicked around and whatever. He supposedly went to a couple different hiring places, staffing agencies and stuff, trying to find a job. I don't know if he actually did or not. And then Tuesday, I don't remember what he did on Tuesday. He didn't do shit. And so we fought again Tuesday night that, you know, he didn't get anything accomplished, he didn't find a job, he didn't get off his ass, he didn't go to AA Monday night like he promised, he wasn't going to AA Tuesday night. And then today he woke up and he woke up with me and he left when I did. And he hung out with her and the neighbor girls all day. I guess they went to the park a couple times and they hung out in our living room. He sent me a couple pictures of everybody hanging out and stuff. He said that him and Cole had talked and everybody was getting along really good. They were going to run up to the gas station. Then he called and said that the girls found his keys and could I send him money so he could pay the neighbor girls for finding his keys because he wanted to give them a reward. And so I sent him $10 for that. And then he went to the gas station and apparently he bought beer while he was there. And I had told him that I didn't care if he had one, but that was it. And he ended up buying 2, I guess, because they were on sale. And so when I got home, he had been drinking, and he had more than what he had promised he would have, and we started fighting about everything. And I told him I didn't want to fight with him, and I asked him if he had taken care of the stuff that he had promised me he was going to take care of today. He was going to clean my CPAP machine, he was going to get the kitchen clean, he was going to go get brake pads for my car, and he was supposed to take care of that bank situation. He was supposed to sign or just click verify and auto sign, docu-sign, whatever the hell it's called.
Right.
And I asked him if he got any of that done, and he said, no, I was busy being a dad, and if you can't fucking understand that, then you can kiss my ass. And I'm like, whatever. I said, just give me your phone so I can finish the bank stuff. And he's like, no. He goes, she can't fucking send me something that I can understand, and fuck her. And then that's when he called and left her the voicemail, or left her the email, I mean. He talks into his phone. He can't freaking text with shit. So he verbally left her an email, and then I told him that was completely inappropriate. She was innocent. She had nothing to do with anything. It was not fair that he took that out on her. I said, this is bullshit. I walked out of the garage, told her I'm going to take a shower. I got in the shower. My son came in to check on me because he heard me crying while I was in the shower. He saw my phone was ringing. He told me what the number was, and I said, that sounds like the lady from the bank. She's probably calling about the frickin' email. So I talked to her, and she wanted to make sure that I was okay, wanted to make sure that everything was alright. I told her I didn't know, but yeah, I'm okay right now, and then I would let her know tomorrow morning if we were going to proceed with the bank account or if we were just going to cancel it and put everything back the way it was and forget about adding John to my account or whatever, because at that point I wanted John gone. And he told me that he was going to take to his mom's, or her mom's, I mean. And was I gonna call and have him arrested for Grand Theft Auto, and because it's my truck? I said no. I said I don't want you to fucking go to jail. I just fucking take her and don't come back. When he came back, Jason followed him back. So I don't know if he met up with Jason or if Jason called him or whatever, because they had talked about going fishing again, I guess.
What time did he come back home?
I don't know, 6-ish maybe.
Okay.
My call logs will show when he called me and stuff.
Okay.
And then he pulled in the driveway, and then he got in the truck, or Jason's truck, or Jason's car, or whatever. I don't know what vehicle Jason had, because I didn't get out of bed.
So you're in.
I was in bed. I was laying in bed. I was playing Candy Crush on my phone. I was trying just to get my mind off of him and just trying to keep myself calm. And he said he was leaving with Jason. I told him again, don't come back. And he came back right as Wheel of Fortune was getting over, so that was at 7. And he was obviously had been drinking with Jason while they were gone, or he'd been smoking pot, because Jason smokes pot too. And he came home and he was like seriously out of it, and came into the bedroom and started yelling at me. And no, he asked me to come down to the garage, and then we got into a fight in the garage. So then I went back upstairs, and he came barging into the bedroom and got into a fight with me again.
About what?
About he wasn't gonna fucking leave because it was his fucking house too, and his name was on the lease, and as long as he's not doing anything, they're not gonna make him leave. And there was nothing that my nigger boyfriend could make him leave for. And so then I finally told him just to get out of the bedroom. And so then he left, and I thought he went back down to the garage. But then I heard him and my son arguing in the living room. So that's when I grabbed my gun out of the nightstand. I made sure it was loaded. I set it on the kitchen table. I stood behind the couch. And my son was telling him to leave, and I was telling him to leave. And he yelled at my kid. My kid said, fuck this. And he looked at me and he goes, I fucking told you so. I told you not to let him back. Cole went downstairs. And then John kept yelling at me. And I kept telling him he had to leave, and he wouldn't listen. And then I told him I was gonna try and get him out again. And he's like, I'm not fucking doing anything wrong. And I said, I don't care, I'm calling the cops again. And that's when he started climbing on the couch towards me, so I grabbed my gun and I said, you need to leave. I was hoping that would scare him and make him leave. And it didn't, and he kept coming towards me. I didn't know if he was going to try and take the gun, I didn't know if he was going to punch me, I didn't know what he was going to do. I know he had choked Cassie out once, and that's why she had a restraining order on him. I knew he had just been in that bar fight. I knew he was capable of hurting people. I just wanted him to stop before he hurt me.
Okay. So when you grab the gun, he gets up, he gets on the couch, and you grab the gun. Where is the gun at that point in time? Are you pointing at him, or is it down at your side, or where?
It was on my side, like right here.
Okay, so kind of like down by your hip.
It's down by my hip, but he saw it and he knew I had it, and I said, you have to leave.
Okay.
He's like, I'm not fucking going anywhere, and that's when he started lunging towards me, and I didn't know if he was gonna fight me for the gun, I didn't know if he was gonna punch me, I didn't know what he was gonna do. So then I pointed the gun at him, and I said, you have to leave.
Okay.
I said, you need to get out now. And he's like, I'm not fucking going anywhere, this is my fucking house too, and if anybody's leaving, you are. And that's when he jumped towards me, and so I pulled the trigger. I panicked.
Okay.
And like I said, I don't think I hit him the first time I pulled the trigger. I wasn't trying to. I was just trying to get him to stop. And then he was still standing there, and he was acting like he was going to come at me again. And so I aimed and I shot him when he was in like the middle of the living room, and then he like spun in a circle, and then he fell on the floor. And so then I put my gun down and I grabbed my phone and I called 911.
Okay. All right. How long was it after you shot him that you picked up the phone?
Oh, not even 30 seconds, because my phone was laying right next to where I laid the gun. I mean, I laid my gun down. And I grabbed my phone and I called 911 and I'm like, hey, I just, my boyfriend just came lunging at me. I was trying to defend myself. I just shot him. I need help. I need somebody here.
Sure.
Everything went so fast. I don't even remember what I all said.
Okay. So do you know, when you missed the first time, what made you think you missed?
Because he kept moving. So I figured I had to have missed because otherwise he would have stopped.
Did he say something or?
No.
Okay.
No, he never said anything.
Okay. So, do you mind if we just reenact this one more time? I just want to have kind of like a visual representation of what you're saying. So, if I am...
Let me blow my nose.
Sure. If I'm wrong at any point in time, just let me know, okay? Because I just want to kind of figure out...
No, I understand.
So, if... Okay, so here's our couch-ish, L-shaped couch, right?
Yep.
John's here initially. Cole's laying here.
Oh, Cole was laying
there.
At first, he's laying like this. John's sitting over there.
Okay.
And I was standing in the back of the couch, like right over here.
Okay. Alrighty.
Behind the couch in the kitchen.
So why don't you come over here, and I know this is a small room, but just come over here and show me kind of, or I guess it would be right here, wouldn't it? Because
You want me to be John?
I want you to be you.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
I was back there.
Yep. And then, so John's over here, right?
Yep, and I'm back here.
Okay. So I'm John, right?
Okay.
So John gets up, right? And he comes towards you in which fashion?
He came towards me, he put that knee up on the couch cushion here.
Up on the back of the couch?
Sorry.
So like this?
Yeah, I couldn't reach. I'm short.
Okay, it's okay.
So
Here, we can come over here. And how far away are you from?
I'm probably like the back of the couch comes out about like this far, and I'm probably like right here, and the kitchen table's like right here.
Okay. So we're about this far.
We're about this far apart.
Okay. He puts
his knee on me, and he's got his phone.
He puts his knee on you?
Oh no! He puts his knee on the couch.
Okay. Look kind of like this?
Yep, exactly like that. He's got his phone in his left hand.
Okay.
And he's got his right hand in a fist like this.
Okay.
And he starts to he's gonna lunge towards me.
Okay.
So I backed up and I grabbed my gun and I held it like this and I said, you need to get out, you need to stop, you need to get out now.
Okay.
And he yelled and he said, I'm not fucking going anywhere.
Okay.
And then he lunged a little bit further, so by now...
How do you mean?
Okay, so now your knees there,
okay.
And he's like... So the couch is like this wide.
Sure.
So by now he's leaning over and he's like right here, so like his head and stuff is in the dining room with me.
Okay.
I didn't even move your stuff.
That's alright.
His head and stuff is in the dining room with me. He's like hanging over the couch.
Okay.
And I pointed the gun at him again. I said, you need to leave. And he went to go swing at me. And so I shot like towards his hand. Towards like his hand.
So like his right hand?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so, because he went to go swing at me.
Okay.
And so I shot like this way. And I think I might have like grazed him here or something. I don't know.
Okay.
And then he said, what the fuck? And he got up.
Okay, so now he's over here.
Now
right?
we see him in the middle of the living room.
Okay.
And he goes, I can't believe you fucking did that. And then he goes to step towards the couch again.
So now he's up.
Yeah, and
this is
more of the couch because he was over here. So this is more of the couch.
Okay.
So now he steps forward again.
Like that?
And at that point, I just pulled the trigger again. And he twisted and he fell on the floor.
Was his arms up or anything like that?
No, he was like this.
He was like this?
Yeah.
Okay. Like his arms are like trying to
protect himself.
Okay. And then you just shot the one time, or do you?
I don't remember if I pulled it once or twice.
Okay.
As soon as he fell on the floor, I dropped my gun and I grabbed my phone.
Where'd you drop the gun?
I laid it on the table.
Okay. And then,
Because I was still in the dining room. I was still standing next to the table.
okay. So is it possible that so you hit shot the first time, that was what you thought was a miss?
Yeah.
Right? And then, so he gets off. I just want to make sure I'm understanding.
No, that's fine.
So he's like this, and he's leaning over, right?
Yeah.
And you shoot, and then what we think is a miss, right?
Yeah.
And then he stands up, and he's kind of like, what the fuck?
Yeah. And then I
So
thought
he's in the middle of the
he's
living
in the
room.
middle of the living room, and he's like, what the fuck? And I thought he was coming at me again, and so I shot towards him. And then he kind of put his arms up, but he didn't stop.
Okay, what made you think he was coming towards you? Did he do something?
Well, he took a step towards the couch again.
Okay.
And so I thought, okay, now I really pissed him off. And so I shot at him that time.
Okay.
And then he put after I got him that time, or I think I got him that time, he put his arms up. And then I think I pulled the trigger one more time, and that's when he fell.
Okay, so you shot him, you pointed the gun at him, shot him, and you think you hit him at that point, and he had his arms up then, right?
Then he put his arms
And
up
then
after I hit him. After I actually hit him, then he put his arms up.
Where do you think you hit him the second?
I don't know.
Okay.
I have no idea.
And then
I was aiming like towards his stomach area, I think.
okay.
At that point, I had my eyes closed and I was just trying to stick. I don't know what the fuck was happening.
And then you shot one more. So he's up like this. Well, I mean, your eyes had to have been open because you saw him like this,
yeah.
right?
And then, yeah, after I think I got him, then he put his arms up like this. And I think I just instinctively pulled the trigger one more time because he was still standing.
Okay.
And so I didn't know if I had missed him again. I didn't know, what happened because he was still standing.
So we think three shots, we think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because at that point, he was still standing, so I thought maybe I didn't get him, and now he's going to come after me because I've been shooting at him. And so then when I pulled the trigger again, and then he finally fell, so I stopped.
So 4 times?
No, 3.
3. Okay.
3.
Okay.
I thought I missed him with this.
The first time.
The first time I knew I missed him. The second time when I shot at him, he didn't fall or anything, and so I thought maybe I had missed him. And that's when he put his arms up, but he hadn't fallen or anything, and I didn't see any blood, and so I thought he was going to come after me because he hadn't fallen, and so I thought maybe I had missed him or, and went behind him and I hit the TV or something. I didn't know.
Okay.
And so then I shot him until he fell.
Okay. Do you know?
I don't know how many times I pulled the trigger. I don't know if I got him in the stomach. I don't know if I got him in the chest. I have no idea.
Okay. All right. Let's.
I know after he fell, I couldn't. There was nothing, like his back and stuff wasn't bleeding. So
okay.
I don't know where. I don't know if I got him in the leg. I have no idea.
So.
But then after I called 911 and they asked me to check and see if he was actually dead, I saw that there was blood coming out of his mouth, and I heard him like choking on it. But I know I didn't shoot him in the head because I didn't have the gun up that high.
Okay.
So I don't know if I got him in the stomach and it was just his lungs or something. I have no idea.
Did you get down there and?
No.
Did you?
I never even went in the living room except to go down the staircase after the lady I was on the phone with told me to go outside. Okay. And that's the only way to get out.
Okay. So the only people in the home at the time was you, John, and
Cole.
And Cole. And where was Cole when this happened?
Cole was downstairs.
Okay. What happened? Did you see Cole after this incident, or? Cole
yelled at me and he goes, "Mom, are you okay?" And I said, "I'm fine. Just stay in your room." And because I was grabbing my phone to call 911. I told Cole I was fine because he didn't know if it was me that was shot or if it was John that was shot. He didn't know what happened. And I said, "I'm fine. Just stay in your room." Because I didn't want him to come upstairs and see anything. And so he stayed downstairs. I called 911. She told me to get my son and go outside, so that's what we did.
Okay. All right. So I understand you guys have had these domestic issues, this arguing back and forth throughout. From your relationship started in April, right? And up and through to that, and you guys have been together the whole time, exclusively. Let's just say it that way.
Yeah.
Does anybody else, like your friends, family, know about like the other domestic issues amongst you guys? Or
every time that we've gotten into a fight, I've talked to my sister and I've talked to my friend Cass.
Who?
She's in my friend as Cass Hole because that's what her nieces call her, and it's just a long-standing joke. And so she's in my phone as Cass Hole. John has sent both of them messages. Every time we get into a fight, he sends them messages on Facebook about how terrible person I am and how everything is my fault. And I've got screenshots of the one that he sent my sister the other day, last week Thursday. I took a screenshot of that.
Okay.
So I had it for court.
Okay.
I got all the screenshots and everything saved. I printed them all out at work. On Friday when I got back from getting my restraining order, I came here and got the police reports. I've got everything in a folder on my table.
True. Yeah.
I mean,
aside from Shelby and Cass, anybody else? That would have like a substantial knowledge.
He calls his ex every time we get into a fight. He calls his ex, Cassie.
Okay. And you have her in...
I have her in my phone as Cassie. He talks to his son Joe. Joe has witnessed numerous fights between me and John. Every time we fight, Joe's there, and then Joe calls his mom and asks his mom to leave, so his mom knows what's going on because his mom is... I mean, I talk to her sometimes too. She came Thursday night and picked up Joe, and her and I stood in the driveway and talked for like an hour. And then she had a Facebook post today, something about, I don't remember what it was. It was something about sometimes people will just make you out to be the enemy or something like that, and I made a comment on it. And so she called John or texted John and asked John what was going on now, because I had made that comment, so she knew we were obviously fighting again. And so then John started yelling at me because I was getting his ex involved, and he had already called Cassie and told Cassie that he was gonna have every boyfriend of hers. He was going to accuse them of raping his daughter. That way she could never be in a relationship and she could never be happy, because if he's not allowed, I'm speaking for him. If I'm not allowed to be happy, you're never going to be happy, and I'm going to ruin every relationship you ever have. And so he was threatening her and threatening her boyfriend and potential boyfriends on the phone this afternoon. And I mean...
all right. So with these kind of, we always like to try and have, give people the opportunity to tell their side of the story. With that, obviously we have some stuff we would like to check out at your house. Are you okay if we as in law enforcement go and look and look in your house and
you're welcome to
check that out?
Whatever you need to do.
Okay.
I told them on Thursday, and I told the judge on Friday. Thursday, he had even sent it to me in a text and sent me a picture. Thursday, when he was drunk off his frickin' ass, they had this brilliant idea that they were going to go camping, and so he sharpened all these axes and sharpened every knife in the house and sharpened all the frickin' swords that the boys have and everything, and had all these frickin' weapons laid out all over my garage when I got home on Thursday.
Okay. All right. I think just with us talking, that's fine. I'll try and I don't have it on me right now, but I always like, just for my own personal records, just to have something in writing, just for being able to go do that. So
It's technically a crime scene, so
yeah. Well, I just like people to have the opportunity.
Yeah,
That's all.
the only thing right now I'm worried about, I don't know where my cats are. I don't know if they're,
We can maybe help you.
I don't know if they're like, I don't want them walking through the blood or anything like that. I don't know if somebody locked them up. I don't know what happened.
She's got some real old ones. Okay. And okay, let's just do this real quick. Gosh, what is today?
The 10th is what you had me sign a little bit ago.
Okay. Day of August.
Well, he's filling that out before I sign it. Can you show me where the restroom is?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you need another water? Almost done.
Yeah, probably.
I'll grab one.
Is my son okay?
Yeah, I'll check on him here once we get your water.
Huh? I'll figure that. I got before I can do that. Oh. Huh? Alright.
Ready?
Yeah. Okay.
Alright,
I'm gonna check on cool.
okay. You wanted another water?
This one's almost gone.
Okay. Okay, here's your phone. Too. I also have a consent form for your cell phone as well. It's very similar to this. There's an address. It's just your phone. Blah, 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 blah. Alright, you can read this other than it's pretty blanket statement, but I just need your signature. Well, name there and signature there. And I can sign down there at the bottom.
Middle name too, or
I'm sorry.
middle name too, or
Last name's fine. Just, yeah. Okay.
He's good.
thank you.
Okay.
I don't know if he's told anybody that he's got Asperger's, and so I don't know.
He told me he was autistic.
So I don't know how well he's handling everything. So
This is a similar deal for your phone.
okay,
Okay. What does it have a password on that?
yeah.
Okay. What's our password? 052479. Anyway, do you mind if I just get the particulars for
Whatever
this?
you need.
Whoops.
You need settings or
Yeah, here we go. Everybody puts their stuff differently, so it's kind of crapshoot where you gotta find it. Okay, this is the same thing. I just filled out
Yeah.
your phone information. And you can read through it if you'd like. One question I had. So you were in your room when you get home at 5:30. I just want to make sure I'm right.
I got home at 4:30.
Got home at 4:30, and then there was like an argument in the garage, and then once that was over, you said, "Oh, this is fucking bullshit. I'm just gonna go take a shower." And then, just so I'm understanding it, John leaves at that point, right?
After I got out of the shower, John asked if he could take the truck.
So, Cole hears you crying in the shower, and that's the conversation you guys have in the shower with, he comes in and says, "Hey, why are you crying? And by the way, your phone's ringing." Here you go, blah, blah, blah. And then after you get out of the shower, John approaches you, says, "Hey, can I take the truck?" Which is in your name?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Take the truck. Takes her and leaves. Do you know roughly what time he left? Ballpark?
I'm guessing at that point it had to be probably 5:10, 5:15-ish.
Okay. And then he returns with the truck, right? And do you know what time he returned? Ballpark?
However long it took him to get there and back, maybe a half hour.
Okay. All right. So maybe he gets home, let's just,
Yeah,
and if I'm wrong, correct me.
No, you're fine.
Gets
but
home around maybe 6 o'clock or so.
My call logs will show you because he called me the entire time he was driving there and the entire time he was driving back. He kept calling me back and forth the whole time
Can
he
I
was
look?
driving. Yeah, you're
Okay.
welcome to look.
Okay.
Go to my call logs. You should be able to see like all the phone calls that I got from John. He called me the
It was an
whole way.
incoming call around 5:07, 5:20, 5:27, 6:17, and right around 6 o'clock.
Yeah, so
Or, I'm sorry, 7 o'clock.
So 6:17 was when he left with Jason, and 7 o'clock was when he got back home and called to tell me that he was downstairs.
Okay, so
All the other calls,
all the other ones like this,
was when he was-
5:20, 5:27.
those are when he was on his, well, okay,
On his
so what
way to
is, I'm
Isabel.
sorry.
You're all right.
So, okay, I was looking at it upside down. So yeah, 5:07 he called that he was on his way and he had just yelled at Cassie and everything else. 5:20 he said he was waiting for Cassie. 5:27 he was just leaving. And then 6:17 he called to tell me that he was leaving with Jason.
He had already returned home though at that point, right?
Yeah, he had gotten home and then said he was leaving with Jason.
I see. Okay.
And then at 7 o'clock, he asked me to asked me to look out the window. And then I called him back and I said, "What do you want?" And he said, "I want you to come downstairs and talk to me."
Okay. All right. So, and then everything else happens,
Yep.
and you go to your room and try and separate yourself. And then he's out there with your son and him just together. So, what compelled you to grab the gun at that point?
When I heard him fighting with Cole, and Cole was yelling at him, and he was yelling back, and he was threatening Cole that he wasn't gonna effing leave again, and that kind of stuff. I grabbed the gun just so I had it, hoping that it would scare him enough to make him leave.
Okay.
I was hoping maybe if he saw that I had the gun, he would just, okay, never mind, I don't want to fucking fight with you, I'll leave.
Sure. How did you, and you said you had checked to make sure it was loaded, how did you do that?
After I took it out of the holster, I left the holster laying on the side of my bed. As I was walking around the bed, I pulled it back, and then one of the casings came out, and there was another casing that was already holstered, or not holstered, you know what I mean. I can't think right now.
It's okay.
So I just made sure that it was.
So you racked the slide?
Yeah, thank you. That's the word I was looking for. I made sure that the slide was wrapped and everything, just in case I needed it.
Okay.
because I knew I had just had it at, I had it in my purse when I went to the courthouse, and I didn't take my purse in, but I didn't remember if I had, completely unloaded it when I left it in my car, or if I left it loaded and racked, or what I did.
How many bullets do you typically keep?
Normally I have it full.
Full. Okay.
And so I just wanted to make sure that, I had reloaded it, or I had it loaded when, before I went out there, just in case I needed it.
Okay.
And I wish I wouldn't have needed it.
Okay, I think I'm gonna take another quick break, but before I do, as far as, I think we're getting fairly close to wrapping things up here. Maybe just a few other odds and ends will kind of get tied up, but is there a spot that you can go tonight, or maybe we can?
I can go to my friend Teresa's.
Teresa's?
She lives in Urbandale.
Okay. Do you have an address possibly?
In my phone.
Yeah. Do it together.
So
You can do
if
it.
I go to my Google Maps, and then my saved places, favorites, Teresa right there.
Okay.
That's if I can get, if it's after 11, I don't even know if she's going to answer. I don't know if her phone's on silent.
We can probably get a phone in here and we can make a phone call to her. Do you have her saved in here as Teresa?
Yeah, it's Tess.
Tess? Okay. Tess.
Yep.
Teresa, what?
I know she normally puts her phone on vibrate when she goes to bed. I don't know if she'll answer or not. If she doesn't answer, we can try and call her daughter.
Okay.
Because her daughter lives with her.
Okay.
We've got 2 daughters, so we've got 2 chances.
All right. We'll be back with you here in a little bit. We'll get you a phone. You can call them. We'll try and make some arrangements.
If not, I can call Josh and ask Josh too.
We'll try and figure something out for you. Okay.
Thank you.
Yep. Okay. Just one other thing. You said that nothing between you and John had been like physical fights between your relationship. It's just been verbal, but he just.
The first time I called you guys was like June 4th, I think it was. Whatever. It was sometime his birthday weekend. I don't remember if I called on the 4th or the 5th or what it was.
Sure.
When he found out that I had called the police, he did take a swing at me, but he missed.
Okay.
Other than that, it had not been physical with me, but like I said, I knew he had been physical with his exes before. I knew he had just been in that bar fight. I knew he was more than capable. I knew he had, he was just yelling and screaming and swearing at some poor chick that works at a bank.
Right.
I mean, he was completely out of control.
Sure. Okay. Well, here's kind of where we're leaving things tonight. We obviously we have to look in the house, so that's just going to take a lot of time.
I understand.
That also includes just vehicles. It's just kind of standard for us to do that. It's just going to take us some time considering the circumstances. So that's why I was asking him if you had a place to go. I have a phone here. We could call Teresa, and hopefully she does she have a car?
Yeah.
Okay. So our preference would be she can come here and grab you, but we're also willing to take you there too.
Okay. And if I can't get a hold of her or her daughters, I can call Josh and
And who's Josh?
Josh, my ex, is still a good friend of mine.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
He'd be willing to come and get me if needed.
Okay, so here's that. You make your call.
Can she call me back at this number?
Yeah.
If I leave her a voicemail.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system.
Try calling twice. Sometimes you call twice in a row on iPhones, it'll ring through if she's silenced her phone.
My hair is everywhere. Tess?
Hello?
Tess?
Yeah?
Hey, I'm sorry I woke you up. It's Marique. I am at the Altoona Police Department. Is there any way you or Liv or somebody could come and get me? And can Cole and I please come and stay at your place? They have to search my house and do all kinds of stuff, so I can't go back home.
Did you search your house?
John tried to attack me, and I ended up shooting him in self-defense.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah. Alright.
So I need some place to go. I can't go home. They said if you can't come get me, they'd be willing to bring me there, but they would prefer if you could come and get me, if it's okay for Cole and I to come. If not, sorry.
You're in Altoona?
Yeah. I'm at the Altoona Police Department.
Okay, I gotta wake up a little bit, but
I know.
okay.
Hey, is this is Tess, right?
Hello?
Hello. Hey, Tess. Hey, my name's Dave Lowe. I'm a detective with Altoona Police.
Yes.
Hey, so yeah, we would appreciate it if you would be able to come over here and pick these guys up. I forgot to mention I will need your clothes.
You'll need what?
I'm talking.
He needs my clothes.
So are you able to bring a spare set of clothes for her to wear? Or, anything, sweater and a
Just a pair of jogging pants and a t-shirt or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should have some time, yep.
Okay. Well, we can do that here. So what? It's almost midnight. Sorry for the late call, but yeah, we will need to get the ball rolling on that. What time do you think you might be able to get over to Altoona Police Department?
My gosh, I need to get dressed. I'm in bed. So
Sure. I totally understand. Totally get it.
And I'm in Urbandale. So I'm not exactly sure of like the time distance, the time on that, but
maybe within an hour or so.
Yeah,
it takes me about a half hour to get from my place to yours. So by the time you wake up and get dressed and that kind of stuff, it'd be about an hour.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. I didn't know who else to call.
Yeah, I understand. I will get some stuff together here and I will be there as soon as I can be.
Okay. Is the front door open? Does she have to call this number back when she gets here? What?
If she can call this number, but if we don't answer, she can call her. I'll text you the non-emergency number you can call and just say, hey, I'm at the Altoona Police Department and I'm here to pick somebody up, and they will get a hold of us. So, okay. It's only because their building is locked because it's almost midnight. So,
Right.
So
Understandable.
So if you don't get a hold of anybody on this particular number, call our I'll text you our non-emergency number. That'll get you to Polk County Dispatch. You can say, hey, this is who I am. I'm at the Altoona Police Department to pick up my friend and her son. I'm out front in whatever vehicle you drive. So.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. You bet.
Love you.
Love you.
I'm going to text her address to you.
Her and I have been friends since 1997, so 25 years. I graduated high school and moved across the hallway from her up in Northwest Iowa, and now we both ended up down here.
Where are you from originally?
Do you know where like Spencer is?
Uh-huh.
About a half hour from Spencer.
Okay.
She grew up in Spencer. I grew up in a town called Sanborn. It's like between Spencer and Sheldon.
Okay.
And then we both went to college in Sheldon, and that's where we met.
Where'd you go to school?
At Harley Melvin Sanborn.
Oh, okay. When'd you get your degree in?
Well, that's where I went to high school. We went to college at Northwest Iowa Community College in Sheldon. I have an Associate of Arts and an Associate of Science degree in Business Management. An Associate of Arts in Customer Service. She's going to have to go to work tomorrow. I'm obviously going to be calling in, so I mean, I'll be at her house, but I'm not going to have a phone or anything for you guys to be able to get a hold of me.
Okay. I gave your son his
phone back?
What's his phone?
I don't know.
Oh, is it in your phone?
It's in my phone. Cole.
Just under Cole?
Yeah.
If you need either, we'll call Cole or we'll
okay. If he's got his phone, then it's okay.
Cool. Does he always have his phone on him?
Non-stop.
Yeah. Okay, then it shouldn't be that hard.
No. Unless it dies.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, you heard her. We'll just sit tight here and wait for her to show up. Do you want anything to eat?
If you've got like crackers or anything like that, I don't
see if we can't drum something up for you. Okay.
I can't. Upset my stomach.
We're not we're not McDonald's.
I don't have much.
We'll see if we can't scrounge something up.
Just something that's not going to upset my stomach. Sure. Otherwise, I'll be fine. I'll leave when I get to her house.
All right. Sounds good. Okay. And right out here. You mind just putting your hands kind of like that? And we're just going to take some quick photos here.
Okay.
What's up, Steve?
You like my manicure? Sorry.
No, that's okay.
He's just being a smart ass. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
At this point, I have to laugh because I'm going to cry.
It's all right. Okay, now I want you to do the same thing, but just with your hands up like that.
Shaking. My finger won't stop. I'm sorry.
It's all right. And then, okay, that's good. And then before we let you change out, she'll bring clothes, but just for right now, can you just stand up and I'll just take a picture of you before you change out all those clothes?
Yeah.
And you haven't changed at all since we've
No.
been talking to you?
No, this is what I had on.
Alright, cool. Alright, I'll crack the door a little bit and we'll let you know when she's here. I'll scrounge up some food for you and
Thank you.
something to snack on.
Are we like done with the questioning and stuff? Can my son be with me now or not? Or
Yeah, I don't have any issues with that. Yeah, we'll grab him.
thank you.
You want anything to eat at all? Okay.
Yeah.
I called Tess. She's gonna come and get us.
Teresa?
We can't go home until they're gonna do like a search. They have to, you know, CSI shit.
CSI, all that.
Yeah, exactly. They gotta Gibbs and Abby the situation.
Pretty much. And they gotta be key the phones.
Yep, exactly. So they said they give you your phone back.
Yeah.
They kept mine, and of course they have John's. So they can verify our phone calls. They can verify that John emailed that bank lady. All that kind of stuff. But I'm gonna go through all my text messages and everything.
Only thing now is with the phone. You're not going back.
Is your phone gonna die?
It's at 30.
Okay, so get off of it. And I'm sure if Teresa doesn't have a charger that'll work for it, we can. I'm sure she'll borrow me some money to stop at a gas station and pick one up.
Yeah.
Because we're gonna need your phone tomorrow because the police will get a hold of me on your phone because they have mine.
Yeah.
Teresa will go to work tomorrow, but we'll stay at her house until we know more.
Yeah.
She's bringing me a change of clothes because they're gonna keep my clothes.
Mm-hmm.
Have you texted anybody or anything? Okay.
I haven't talked to anybody. I literally just got the phone like less than 10 minutes.
Okay, so send Shelby a text message and say, please call me if you get up with the kids, or call first thing in the morning, and then put 911.
As soon as you get up with the kids, or
If you get up during the night with the kids, or call first thing in the morning.
here, can you, because I hate for the texting this damn thing. You know I hate texting.
Why did you send Shelby a picture of Joe?
No, she asked who was teaching me how to play guitar and drums, so
Okay.
so Joe told me to send her a picture.
Gosh.
And they gave me this thing.
Just something to do.
Yeah, so I wasn't just sitting there. I did everything in here besides the actual coloring portion.
There's like little activities and stuff to do.
Yeah.
Traffic safety, cool. You didn't learn how to drive.
I know how to drive. And I didn't even look down either.
I don't think I would have figured out crosswalk. Riff-raff drilling.
Well, I have an hyphen because it works.
You're short an F though.
What?
There's only 3 F's.
Oh. You mean I have
And
an
you use the R
extra?
and you use the R twice.
I know, that's why I put a hyphen.
You cheated there.
No. Because there's 2 routes. But that one. 2 ways to start her. It was broke halfway through. Because it was pressuring so much. And I circled the start one.
Oh, which line made it to the stop sign?
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I was confused.
Yeah.
Wake Teresa up. I felt really bad, but I didn't know who else to call.
Yeah.
And it would have taken Josh twice as long to get here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe.
I'll call the office in the morning.
You're off.
I had fun. My kid, if I could sustain my body.
And last time I was at Teresa's, you know, he said I picked the worst possible house. Food-wise.
Yeah, because all she has is health food.
Yeah.
You'll survive.
Yeah. And the food stamps card is still in my wallet.
You have it? John doesn't have it?
It's in my wallet on the table.
Oh, but you don't have your wallet.
Exactly. My
I don't have my
keys,
wallet either.
yeah, my keys and my wallet are both on the table.
My purse, my key, well, they said the vehicles, they have to search and stuff.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I don't, my purse, so I don't have my debit card, I don't have my Venmo, I don't have anything.
Yeah, I have Venmo on my phone, but I can't, well, I guess I can receive and send stuff. But yeah.
I could log in on your phone into my Venmo. And then I can Venmo you.
Hey, so we're just gonna do some last minute stuff here.
Okay.
These are just gunpowder residue kits. Just swap your hands is all it is. We believe your story.
Yeah,
we just,
no, I
we
know,
just want
I know.
to make sure.
It's just, him and I were joking that you guys had to do the Gibbs and Abby and McGee thing before you could let us go back home and get our stuff. So
We watched
too much NCIS.
New Orleans, Law and Order. We watched almost every single episode ever made.
Oh boy.
Like 10 times.
How do you spell your name again, Mary?
Marique.
Yeah, her
I
mom
was
hates her.
correct.
Yeah, Mom hates me. She took a Dutch name and spelled it French, and did Google pick me
No,
up?
apparently Bixby did the stupid voice activated app on this thing, and I can't shut it off.
No, I was telling him that Teresa had to bring me a change of clothes and stuff so Abby could take them and do her testing and stuff on them.
Yeah.
But it's not Abby anymore, it's that other chick.
Yeah. A huge fan of Abby's.
So it was with your right hand you were using? Okay.
Probably both my hands, because but yeah, basically my right hand. I've been holding the water bottle and stuff. That's not gonna wash all of it off, is it? Oh, plus I washed my hands when I went to the bathroom.
Okay, well.
We probably should have done this first.
It's okay. It's one of those deals where we just kind of see what's going on. If I can get this back in.
Is it childproof?
It's just more like it's really small.
So it's more so adult proof.
Yeah, there you go.
So you guys will call us tomorrow and give us like an update or something?
Yeah, we'll try and get that. We'll try and keep you up to date. Try not to. If we do call, we're going to call your phone.
Yeah,
so be prepared.
Yeah, we already talked that Teresa will probably have to stop at a gas station and buy him a charger. Neither of us have our wallets. We don't have any money. We don't have anything. So
Okay.
I just turned up the ringtone and everything.
I could log in to my Venmo on your phone and I can Venmo Teresa so Teresa can get my cash. So then at least we'll have our own money.
Yeah.
And she only lives like a block from Dollar General.
Yeah.
I'm going to try this.
He's the king of junk food, and Teresa is a health nut, and so there's nothing in her house that he'll eat.
Yeah. I once ate 300 pizza rolls in less than 3 hours by myself.
Oh my goodness, that is a lot.
Yeah. I was grounded from eating lunch for a month. It was summer vacation.
It was supposed to be a month's worth of pizza rolls.
That was a month's worth of pizza rolls you demolished in 3 hours.
Yeah.
Wow. Sure that went over well.
Yeah. I went to Costco and bought a bunch thinking, this will last us a while. Yeah, it lasted one afternoon.
You were wrong.
Morning, actually. I had for breakfast, last lunch, brunch.
There we go. Got it. All right. And are you right-handed or left-handed?
I'm right-handed.
And this is basically a rule you out. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
It'd be really weird if you tested positive since you weren't even in the room. Be kind of messed up.
Yeah.
So I don't think you've shot a gun in 2 years?
Yeah. Except for like nerve airsoft and water guns, other than that.
That's not how gun residue.
Exactly.
Alrighty. Well, we just figured we.
Yeah.
No, we understand.
Yeah.
Alright.
Let's
We know all the process stuff.
We understand.
Yeah.
Trying to be
Appreciate
as
the
cooperative as possible.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, we basically know all the ins and outs of this stuff from Washington.
Tomorrow we're both gonna need showers. I'll have Teresa give me some cash, some of my cash,
Mm-hmm.
and then you and I can go to Dollar General and get a change of clothes and deodorant and that kind of stuff in the morning. And then we'll go from there.
I don't know when we'll,
I don't know when we'll be able to go home either.
and what about Joe?
They're gonna contact Joe.
They are.
My phone had messages and stuff on it. I don't know who they were from. They wouldn't let me see.
Yeah.
So I don't know if maybe they already contacted Joe and Joe tried calling me, or Angela tried calling me, or Cassie,
Yeah.
because I'm guessing they contacted Cassie and Angela and Joe already.
Okay.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I know.
I was so scared.
I know.
He literally like jumped the couch and came at me. I knew he had choked Cassie out before. He had threatened to hit me before. He got into a bar fight that night that he left the hospital. When he was waiting for DJ to pick him up, he got into some fight with some guy at the bar. That's how he cut his knuckle open.
Really? I didn't know that. I'm surprised that's not a mirror.
Because there's another interrogation room next door.
Yeah.
Pull up Venmo. Let me see.
Yeah, and apparently they turned up the volume on my phone for that, because I always have that stupid noise off. Oh, it's gonna send you.
Seriously,
What?
it won't let me in.
Probably because it's. You already signed in on another, on yours.
No, it should still let me walk in.
I also have a little bit of money in Casey's cash still too. We'll figure it out later.
I was hoping to send money to Tracy.
I don't know. We'll do that.
She'll borrow me money. I'm not worried about it.
Ouch. Too much meat there.
Do you want me to throw this in the garbage?
It's whatever.
Well, do you want to take it or do you want me to throw it away?
You can just throw it away. Broken ways.
Pee again. Of course I started puking. You know what happened when I puked.
Alright, we have whatever that is. And some vanilla cracker things. Yeah.
These are real cookies.
Yeah, I know. They used to have them in one of the bag machines at my old schools until they switched to the healthy crap. Yeah, I bought those fucking vending machines out before they switched to the healthy shit. And all the students around me knew I always wanted everything out. But once the vending machine switched to healthy stuff, like, no one bought from me, not one person. I love you. Seriously.
Yeah, I have it. Oh, the whole thing was there, it just wasn't together.
Yeah, it came off and I grabbed it.
I have a broken one in the bottom of mine.
Wait.
What?
No, man. I just read the thing where you said Shelby, you're wrong. It's hard for me to drink this dang water.
Why?
I can barely breathe out there drinking this dang stuff. And with this from oh, that's on the counter.
I made them bring me one of my clozapams because when they put me in the back of the squad car, I was having a panic attack because I was claustrophobic in there.
Yeah. Got my inhalers on the counter by the spoons and the key rack. So I think it is at least.
Your what?
My inhaler.
It's on the counter and you're. Oh, by the key rack.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it there earlier.
Cream cheese and chives.
I don't want them, I'm just fixing the box.
Yeah. I'm surprised you didn't fix the plates.
Okay.
I'm doing one of those way. I noticed while I was sitting there bored. My pinky.
Weird.
Do you remember where that's from?
Not for my knife.
Your wine glass.
Oh.
Oh, here you go. It's the scar is.
When you were doing the dishes.
Yeah, it's literally a Dag Brownie face scar. Who do the egg dishes?
I thought it was from my knife when you were doing the dishes. Where did you cut yourself with that?
It was on this finger. Yeah, I must have thumb over it a couple times over the cans.
Let's see if somebody's out there. Let me go to the restroom again. I'll be right back. Is it okay if I go to the restroom again? That water is coming through.
That's fine.
Teresa, she found some nuggets, like chicken nuggets in the freezer, but they were nasty, healthy nuggets.
I'll be fine.
I know.
Hopefully we won't have to stay there that long. If it comes down to it, tomorrow after he gets off of work, we'll have Josh come to Teresa's and pick us up. Take us home with him. 'Cause you know that him and Kyle have pizza and that kind of stuff. And
Yeah.
I don't want to stay at Teresa's that long. I just didn't know who else to call.
Yeah.
We'll probably just stay there until they either tell us, if they tell us tomorrow that, you know, we're okay to go home and get some stuff or whatever. Otherwise, if we still can't go home, then we'll probably just have Josh come and get us after work. I should. You don't have Teresa's numbers, do you?
Yeah, I have her number in here.
Do you have?
Yep,
Okay.
I have her number. I haven't in that from last time.
Okay.
Eric turned on the suit tape thing.
Is it?
12:22 in the morning.
It's been just over a half hour. So if it took her like 15 minutes to get dressed and stuff, it'll be about another 15 minutes or so before she's here.
Yeah. Well, I got some good news though. On Disney Plus, the new group miniseries is out now. And I have the app on my phone too. We just need to log in and go.
You need to get the login info from Riley and Shelby. No.
Yes.
Are you done with your cookies? Is it empty?
No, I only had one cookie.
No one?
I just wanted to watch this one. You don't need the volume on, just watch it.
It's Call of Duty.
No, GTA actually.
No way.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Stay off your phone just in case we don't get you a charger.
I don't. Those are a couple. I'll show you the rest later.
Antiviral mixes. I didn't even know they had them.
Why doesn't notice that?
Oh, I'm sure.
Macy's right now. Being up.
It's way past my bedtime.
Yeah. Like even at my old store, there's night I had to go back. After they closed down the store, I left for the day. They called me back in to help them because they forgot to do a couple things. Otherwise, part would have yelled at them like crazy the next day. Oh, and one of Isabella's friends beat me in weight bowling.
Impressive.
Yeah. She, do you want to know how many pins she won by? 1. I was for 157. She got 158. And as well as, and her friends are actually the people who woke me up today.
That's what John said. Said the girls woke you up.
Yeah. Amy, her friends even apologized for being so loud and waking me up. They said it's fine, I need to get up anyways. Did you notice the pattern on the door?
Creepy.
Yeah, there's top of spiders, the lowest is skulls.
The middle kind of looks like R2D2.
I thought it looked like rats or bats.
R2D2.
Hello. I am Steve Harris. I'm a lieutenant here at the Altoona Police Department. Again, thank you guys for being so cooperative. Again, we're just trying to understand everything that happened, corroborate everything that, right now we have no reason to believe there's anything strange that's happened that you haven't told us. So we're just kind of showing that what you're telling us is correct. If you don't mind, do you mind if I get a couple swabs? It's just a known sample DNA.
That's fine.
Perfect. We'll get that out of the way real quick.
We already joked with the other officer. We watch NCIS all the time, so we said that you guys have to get the stuff down to Abby to get it all taken care of.
Yeah. we'll get you guys out of here real quick. Your ride is here.
Okay.
So,
I assumed that when she brought in clothes.
yeah, I don't know, did he mention to you that we seized clothes as part of it? It's part of the search warrant and everything? Okay, good. I just didn't want any surprises.
He said that she had to bring me a change of clothes because he had to keep mine. So.
Yep, perfect. All right.
Fine.
So this is really painless. All of this is just me rubbing a couple of Q-tips on the inside of your cheeks.
It's not like a comb and swap up my nose.
No, thank goodness. Did you have to get any of those?
About 5 of them.
Oh my gosh. And where they tickle your brain kind of thing? Thank you.
Only had COVID once, but I had to get checked 5 different times.
Oh yeah.
I worked in a daycare for a while, and so every time you sneezed, you had to get a COVID test to prove that you could come back to work.
Oh yeah. So I'm going to write your name on here so we don't mix them up later. Oh boy, that's not going to work for a name. Okay, so M-A-R-I-Q-U-E.
And
Ruth, correct?
Yeah.
So you are the person I've been emailing back and forth with.
Yeah, I told them that I was emailing somebody about the keys.
And we actually did find them today.
Yeah, I emailed him and let him know. They were in his daughter's bedroom.
On her little play oven.
Oh, really? Weird.
12:30.
Okay. 0.
Well, he had gone in there at one point, and so he must have
11.
So he must have emptied out his pockets.
Yeah, it must have been before he come out there.
Yeah.
To see Dokes.
Yep.
All right. So
I was just glad we found him finally.
Yeah.
Actually, the neighbor girl's playing with the toys with his daughter today. Found them.
I see.
Yeah, I noticed. It's like, hey, wait a second. We've been looking for those.
So yeah, I just wanted to let you know. Thank you for checking the cameras and trying to help us out.
Those cameras are extremely handy. All right. Again, just a super easy, quick, just rub the inside of your cheeks real fast. Thank you, sir.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And what's your name?
Cole. C-O-L-E. Andriga. A-N-D-R-I-N-G-A.
All right.
Go to the close now.
Yes. What is the time now, Dean?
35.
Thank you. Cool. I'm going to throw a couple things away. If you're all right, I'll just let you sit in here for just a few minutes and we'll be right back in with you, okay?
All right. Yeah, I gotta make sure I have to be on this because the only phone we have that you guys really don't contact us on is at 26%.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, so we're gonna have to go to a gas station or something.
Yeah.
And get a charger for it.
Gotcha. I got it. Do you know who the best next of kin is going to be to notify for what's happened tonight? Like his next of kin, like does he have an older son or anybody that we can contact?
That would be Joe, his son.
Okay, does Joe live in Des Moines?
He lives in Ankeny.
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure where. My mom would know that more than me.
Okay. So I was looking for, I'm going to get out of your seat.
No, I can sit here. It's fine.
So I was hoping to get the best information I could next to Kim to make a death notification.
Okay.
It sounds like Joe might be the best. Does that sound right?
Yep.
What is Joe's last name?
Killen.
Okay. Do you know where Joe lives?
He lives in Ankeny. His mom is Angela Holden.
Holden D.
Holden. What's his stepdad's name?
Yeah, I've never met the dude.
Does Joe live with Angela?
Half time with Angela and half time with us.
Okay.
He's with his mom now. Was planning on coming Friday.
I might have his address in here.
Would you happen to have a phone number?
Yeah, you've got his phone number.
Yeah, I got his phone.
I've been to his house, but it was, hey, turn here, turn left, turn,
Sure.
Yeah.
His phone number is 515-975-8269.
Perfect. And then if you do have an address.
Yeah, I'm looking that up right now.
And then his ex, Cassandra Weimer, Wimer.
Say that one more time.
Wimer.
Okay.
Is his daughter Isabella's mother. Joe is 17, Isabella is 5.
Okay. Joe is 17?
Yes.
Okay, so he's not an adult.
No, he is not an adult. Cassie's phone number is in my phone, which you guys have, and he's got the password for my phone, so you can look up Cassie's number there.
That's Joe and his mom's address.
Okay, that is 711 Northeast 7th Street. And Joe, there's no learning disabilities or anything like that? Okay.
No.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. I just have to look it up. Luckily, when I transfer everything over to Ronald's phone, that transfer too.
Oh, that's right, because you brought Joe home that one time, so you had his address.
By chance, is he living in an apartment or anything like that?
It's a house.
It's a house.
Great. Okay.
Yeah, it's a small, bluish house.
Bluish bearish house with a bunch of old I don't know what the warehouse door is on the side of the house. It's
okay. They'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Is he close at all, or does he still communicate with Cassandra a lot? Or
he actually just brought Isabella to Cassandra today, and they had a massive argument over the phone this afternoon. So, she's going to need to know so she can, because we're supposed to have Isabella again next week, so she's going to need to know something. She's in my phone under Cassie.
Okay.
Well,
my Cass is Cass Hole.
Okay.
Her nieces call her Aunt Cass Hole.
Oh, yeah.
And so she's just saved in my phone as Cass Hole.
Gotcha.
But she is Cassie.
Okay. All right.
But yeah, she'll need to be notified as well. But yeah, Joe, both kids are with their moms. Both of his parents are dead. He's got a brother in Kansas and one in Montana, which Joe would know how to get a hold of both of them.
Okay.
Same.
Brent is in Montana and Kenny is in Kansas City. I'm not sure if it's Kansas or Missouri, but it's down in Kansas City somewhere. Joe would have their contact information.
Okay.
Same with his nieces. Right? Or
Yeah, his nieces are Kenny's daughters, so Kenny can take care of it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I think we've got everything we need.
Okay. Somebody will give us a call on Cole's phone tomorrow.
On Cole's phone.
Yeah, because I don't have mine. So
I don't think we're probably. You mean to let you know that the house is?
Well, yeah, to let us know if we can go home or not or what or.
Yeah. So we're most likely going to release the scene tonight. The longest we would keep it would be after the autopsy, but we'll probably release it tonight unless we see something that is suspicious. So.
Let me make sure. I got your number right, Cole. I think I asked you for it.
What is that number, just in case?
515-971-3969.
I will try to remember tonight when we're done. Sometimes we get busy and we forget.
Yeah.
But I will try to give you guys a call tonight just to let you know when we release the scene, okay?
Okay. And then, yeah, we'll somebody to give us a ride home at some point tomorrow.
Okay. And I've got Detective Lowe's card with me somewhere. I know I had it on me.
On my cards too.
How many wallets do you need?
I know. I got one.
Well, one's got his
all my-
badges to get into the
It's got all
building.
my
And
cards and all that kind of stuff, and then my normal wallet, and it's a mess. I might have set it down on his desk. I bet I did.
thank you.
All right. Well, thank you guys again for being so cooperative and just helping us
course.
understand what happened.
Yeah.
Of course.
If we need anything, we'll give you a call, okay?
Okay. Thank you very much. I don't. Honestly, my phone is really the only thing I want back. My clothes, I don't care. My gun, I don't want it back. None of it.
Yeah.
My phone is the only thing I need just because that's got everything in it.
Sure.
And all of her work stuff is
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Sandals.
They got them for me. I was outside barefoot. They
Okay.
grabbed my sandals for me so I could leave to come here. An officer got them out of the house and brought them to me.
Okay. Perfect. So,
Where do I go?
Detective Frederick should be right out here. Hey, Mark, what's up? They're right here. We're going to give you a copy of that search warrant. Sergeant Harmon did just now.